And of course for 2001, coming through the Tommy Suggs Gamecock Football 2001 entrance here in just a couple of moments. Oh, we got Farrell Cooper and Melvin Ingram. Tommy, you're right. They made it in. Yep. They had to bring him on Cocky's caboose to get him in. There are celebrity starters.
I'll tell you one thing. I remember Melvin Ingram when the coaches could not, they got so frustrated they didn't know where to play him.
Yes.
Because he was so talented. Fullback, they tried that. Defensive end, they tried that. They finally ended up at linebacker. And, guys, he's the one at 275 that ran the fake punt against Georgia about 70 yards for a touchdown to beat them over there 45-42.
One of the most athletic players I've ever seen. Exactly. And that includes Clowney and anybody else. I was in the gym one time, and there was a basketball goal there. He had socks on, did Melvin Ingram. And he took the ball off the ground with one hand and just jumped in his socks and dunked it. Really incredible football player. So Farrell Cooper and Melvin Ingram, who are going into the Hall of Fame, are our celebrity starters tonight. I think we got about a full house already, T.
I think it's done.
Yep.
I think it's about, they're standing everywhere. This place is jam-packed. We're getting ready to hear 2001. This is fun.
You know, let's never forget how hard it is for people, particularly after the storms, to come from western North Carolina, from the upstate here, from the beach in Horry County, from over in Georgia.
Augusta. Oh, I'm going to tell you, they got hit pretty. Greenwood, 96, got hit pretty hard up there.
So we do not take it lightly that you make it here and make it on time. And if you don't think it's an advantage, all you got to do is think about 2022 when Xavier Legette went 100 yards to open this football game. And we go on and never look back to beat A&M for the first and only time in the history of this series.
I heard it several times a day on SEC Network, and also they're talking about A&M. They said what a tough place that is to play. Can A&M handle it on the road at Willie B at night? We'll see.
Yeah, it's the first words out of anybody's mouth when you got a night game at the Brice.
Now it's time for Carolina football.
Well, let's don't delay it. Let's get to it. We played the anthem. We played the alma mater. We don't play it until we play this one. Here's the best entrance in college football in 2001. Gamecocks. All black uniforms tonight, dark night attire. Black helmets, black jerseys with Gamecocks on the front, trimmed in garnet, black pants, black shoes.
I know I'm prejudiced, but cannot be a better one than that.
Yeah.
It's just the best interest in college football.
Gamecocks, despite what they might want to do if they had won the toss, going to take the football. That's all right. We need every possession we can get as well. Oh, man, a night game at Willie B. There's a lot of things we can be thankful for, Tommy. And I know we got an election next week, and it's been controversial and dividing a lot of folks. Forget about that. Nobody divided in this place tonight. Everybody's in garnet and black pulling for the Gamecocks, and that's why it's one of the greatest things in all of America that we get to share and this atmosphere and to celebrate college football. And I don't care what you say with the portal or NIL, it's still the best thing out there.
I agree 100%. And you know, and TV brings so much recognition and praise to the university and all universities in most cases. But again, this place is so special because of the production, the presentation. And here it comes, folks. Here's Sandstorm. Get ready. All of you sitting at home, get up out of your seat.
Yeah. You only get this so many times a year. If you want to, flash the lights in the living room. You'll feel it.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Sandstorm. Not a good sign when David Spence's pen rolls back from away from the window because of the press box moving up and down. Actually, probably is a good sign. All right, guess who's back? Juju McDowell in that same far corner on the east side of the south end zone. Jared Zirkle with his 50 kickoffs and 32 touchbacks set back to receive. If it's a return, I don't think it'll be because they planned it. Mike Elko, the head coach now at A&M, in his second stint with the Aggies. Zirkle puts his right foot into it, deep, high kick over Juju's head, touchback. No return here to start this one. The Gamecocks will go 1st and 10. Lenore Sellers, 6'3", 242-pound, redshirt freshman from Florence. Plays ball at South Florence. He's got 3 rushing touchdowns and 4 through the air. He's got his numbers, Tommy, as you mentioned, up to 62% completion, well above the first couple ball games.
Exactly, and first couple, I guess, was what, 55, 56, something like that. So he's really improved. Got a little more comfortable in the pocket. We got him on the corners well, too, so we got to just continue to do both of that and give him some protection.
All right, 1st and 10. Here we go. Pistol formation. Sellers, play action inside to Sanders. Wants to go deep down the near sideline. He wants Harbor over the shoulder, incomplete around the 27-yard line.
I like that.
Going deep to Nick Harbor, and he could not get loose. Well covered on the play, but a good throw from Lenore Sellers, just not enough to catch up on it, but that sends a message in a hurry. Michael Smith with a good block in the backfield on the player that got loose in Lenore's face. 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. They clear the backfield as they send Sanders over to the right side. Coming from south to north. There's a blitz up the middle. Lenore gets away initially. Rolling right side, pump fake, and he's got to come back. That's Sanders on the far sideline at the 45. Superman comes out of the phone booth and gets a 20-yard completion. My gosh, Lenore Sellers.
What a play to get away from the own rusher that time. But the other thing is to keep your composure when you're running out there and find the receiver. The receiver did a great job of coming back to him, too, to work open.
There's pitch play left side to Sanders on the option. Good block on the edge. Sanders one move at the 50. He's into A&M territory down to about the 46. Lenore takes a pop on the pitch, but it's clean and going for 8 yards.
Not a new wrinkle that time as far as a play, but we just haven't run that a lot. So we've got it in the playbook, but nice to see him coming out, throwing the football, being aggressive here on the opening drive.
So far we've gone deep to Harbor, incomplete. And then Sellers with a pitch play on the option and a great escape and roll to the right to Sanders. Now they're taking their time on a 2nd down, 2 yards to go at the Texas A&M 47-yard line. Sanders again in the shotgun. Here comes a blitz up the middle, ahead to Sanders. No, they fake, and then going down the middle, incomplete, a little high to Mazio Bennett. He faked the inside zone, wanted the slant play, and Lenore let it get up in the air. So that's 3rd down and 1. Gamecocks need to convert at the Aggies 46-yard line. Josh Simon and Michael Smith now in the game. The Gamecocks scoring 28.6 points per game, good for 11th in the conference. 2 tight ends and Rocket in the backfield. Sellers splits them all. It's kind of a diamond formation. 1 wide receiver out to the left side. Sellers handoff inside. Sanders with a 1st down inside the 45-yard line. Good cut right back to the left, and 3 yards later they move the chains.
Yeah, I was going to call it, Todd, as you did, and that's a good cut. Sanders had his eyes open, made that left foot into the ground, went to the right, and picked up the first down. Nice play.
Sixth play of the drive with 13:15 to go in the first quarter. No score. First drive of the night. Gamecocks in all black. They're on the A&M side of the field. They empty the backfield again. Five-man rush picked up, tipped up in the air and incomplete. Luckily goes softly over towards the Gamecock bench. He wanted the underneath throw to, I think, one of the tight ends.
I think it was, yeah. And that's something we've been talking about when they run those zones. Let that tight end go out, Todd, and sit down in between the tackles, more or less, not just out in the flat all the time. Good play call, good design, just good defensive play to knock it down.
So far tonight, the Aggies coming after Sellers. Second down and 10. Run game, fake up the middle of Norris, running left side. Trying to look for a block, goes on the edge, and he gets hit on the Gamecock sideline. I think he pulled up enough. We're lobbying for it down there, but no call on the play, just a 3-yard gain, and that'll be the first third and long. And look at the nickels come in with extra DBs for A&M. They have been a little vulnerable to the pass, have the Aggies, but they're so dadgum good on the run, against the run. Third down and 7 with 12:35 to go in the first quarter. Ball on the Aggie 40-yard line. Snap it back. Sellers, 4-man rush, sneaks up the middle, inside the 40. Good cut, and he's at the sticks, and I think he took a knee too early. Oh, let's check the mark. They won't move it back a yard.
Yeah, I think he's about a yard short.
Oh, Norris, you've done it too many times.
It got, yeah.
We needed 7 and we got 6, and now Shane Beamer faced with a 4th and 1. And this crowd here at Williams-Brice Stadium with 12:04 to go in the first says go for it. And they will at least line up for it. Lenoris, pistol formation, handoff straight at the middle. Sanders got it. Move the chains, big guy. Rocket. It was a short flight, but 2 yards is all we needed. At the 32 of Texas A&M.
I like the aggressive play right here, the play calling and everything. The play design looks a little different than what we've seen. Some of it's not just well executed.
Jared Brown into the lineup now. The wide receiver has been out. Lenoris Sellers, handoff to Sanders. Got a block over the left side. Good cut up the middle. Spinning at the 25 and down to the 22. Boy, Sanders' eyes look good tonight, Tommy. And by that, he has not missed a hole yet. He found the seam there and went 9 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 1.
Yeah, good move, good burst of speed for a pretty good sized back, about 230, 235. And it just, things are setting up well for him. And when you do that, it sets up the blocking pretty well too. And we had a good block from my outside guy.
11th play of the drive upcoming with 10:56. Oscar Attaway goes in motion over the right side. It'll be Sellers running it himself. Gets the block inside the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Carolina. Touchdown Lenoris Sellers from 23 yards out on the 11th play of the drive. Are you kidding me? Open it up on a Saturday night at Williams-Brice Stadium. Boom, it's 6-0 Carolina.
You know, that is a new wrinkle right there, Todd. And I mentioned I was at practice twice this week, and I didn't see it gain a yard at practice. And I said, you know, I hope we don't run that play. And there we go.
It was.
It wasn't close, but folks, a key to that was a little misdirection by running back in the back, but other just good blocking on the corner.
Really good blocking.
Good blocking, yeah.
Here's Alex Herrera trying to make it 7-0. Swings it through with the right leg, up into the cockpit and got it. 7-0 Carolina.
Todd, that was not an opening kickoff for a touchdown return like Leggett, but that may have been better.
Probably more important.
More important. We earned it. We made it, moved it down the field 75 yards in 11 plays, took 4:14 off the clock. Can't beat that, guy. On the football field, the thing that impressed me, as you said, Todd, off mic, a couple little different formations there. The plays looked the same, but the formations were a little different. And also, I thought the wideouts did an excellent job blocking out there when we got outside on several runs. And as mentioned by you earlier, too, Sanders has got his head up. He's running, he's seeing holes, he's making cuts, doing all the right things right now.
Here's Alex Herrera kicking it high, end over end, and over the head of the return. That's Isaiah Williams. And the kickoff team greeting that student section in the cockpit, ensuring that they are on high volume for this opening drive for the Aggies. Number 10 in the country, scoring 33 points per game. rush the ball for over 220 yards per game. And the Gamecock defense out on the field. It will be the freshman Marcel Reed, 6'2", 180-pounder from Nashville. They snap it back to him. Handoff, left side. Le'Veon Moss with a good, hard run. That's going to gain 8 yards towards the A&M bench on the far sideline. Gamecocks were in the backfield, but hold on, there might be a flag.
Yeah, I thought we jumped off sides myself, but maybe not.
Offside. Defense number 6 in the neutral zone at the snap. The penalty is declined. Second down.
Yeah.
Dylan Stewart, and that penalty be declined. And second down, really, that was more than 8. That might have been 8.5. Just a yard and a half or so to pick up a first down at the 35. Reed from Nashville, as we said, he started 3 games and won them all for A&M. Moss is the tailback out of the pistol. Handoff to him again, left side. Being tracked down and a great hit. That's E-Man Worry. 2 Warriors meeting on the edge, and Nick wins that one. Boy, he cut that inside thigh down, and now Moss is limping as he goes to the sideline.
Yeah.
E-Man Worry, what a lick by big number 7. Amari Daniels comes in, the Miami, Florida junior at tailback. Believe me, he's just as good. They'll put 3 into the boundary on 3rd and 2 with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Carolina leading 7-0. Out of the gun is Marcel, hand up the middle. Oh, we had him and he slipped away. Oh, goodness. Demetrius Knight. Oh, our guys say he didn't get it.
It depends on the spot here. His knee was down. I think he's about a half a yard short myself.
Oh, that's Demetrius Knight with a nice hit. I thought he gave him too much going forward.
They're definitely going for it, though. Yeah.
This big, huge offensive line averaging 220 yards a game on the ground. Watch Reed, the quarterback, running this one. Out of the gun, takes a long look over to the sideline. 4th down and half an inch. Now he gets under center. Now trying to draw him off. Reed can't do it for the moment. Looks back at the sideline. Let's see if they snap it. Still under center. He's going to take it. Stood up.
He didn't make it.
He did not get it on a 4th and 1. Are you kidding me? Let this place rock to the ground. Oh, my goodness, a stop on 4th and 1 at the 35.
It wasn't a 1, Todd. It was 6 inches probably the most. So even a better play. God.
Tonka Hemingway and Debo Williams with the stop, but a bunch of guys contributed. They let the play clock run down to about 3 seconds. I thought they were going to back out, Tommy, and punt it away, but no, they went, and the Gamecock defense said, no, you cannot.
I was surprised they eventually snapped it. I thought they'd have just – he looked back over there, and I guess the coach said go for it, and they did it, and Carolina got it.
Well, let's see if we can go for the jugular right here at 1st and 10, just inside the A&M 35-yard line. Rockets the tailback. Lenore Sellers brings a man in motion over to the left side. That's Josh Simon. Now back to his right. The fake inside. Wants to throw it. Going to throw it out on the edge to Sanders. Start the 35-30. Cutting back is Rocket. They're trying to swipe the ball away, but he's inside the 20-yard line. Good catch, good throw. Good for 14 yards and a Carolina first down.
Nice look off by Sellers. Looking downfield. They played his eyes. Sanders comes after the fake, comes out in the flat. As a last-ditch effort, he gets it to him.
Carolina going in a hurry. Larvidan goes to the right side.
Right tackle move, yeah.
But I think he got touched. He was in the neutral zone when he moved. Let's check. You are no question. Case and Henry moved, but I believe Nick Scorton. And it is against A&M. Yep.
Good call, Todd.
Penalty, first down.
Scorton, a junior from Bryan, Texas, transfer from Purdue. 10 tackles for a loss and 4 sacks, trying to get a jump on that one. And Case and Henry just reacting. So now it's 1st and 5. With 8:41 to go in the first quarter, Carolina leading 7-0. They just got to stop on 4th and inches and now have the football. Sanders in the backfield, 2 tight ends set. Sanders to the right. Larvidan goes in motion behind him. Going to roll left side, throw it back. And that's Josh Simon caught back in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Touchdown. Josh Simon That's his third on the year, and another gorgeous play from the Carolina offense. Lenore Sellers off the back foot throws it 15 yards. The extra point could make it 14-0 Gamecocks with 8:24 to go in the first.
What a play design, number one. But number two is, we haven't seen that one all year. Sellers makes one heck of a daggum play as a quarterback that time. Todd, you called it. Somebody in his face, he knew what Simon was going to be. Leaning back, the strength of a bull, he threw it. Just a beautifully executed play.
With touch, too, to the back of the end zone. Herrera again. Oh, my. Carolina up 14-0 with 8:24 to go in the first. And A&M's been shut down on a 4th and 1, and Carolina's driven the football for touchdowns. Oh, what a gorgeous night at Williams-Brice. We'll be back. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
The blocks that sprung Lenore Sellers, as loud as a pop I've ever heard in Williams-Brice Stadium on the 4th down stop as soon as they got a hold of Reed. And then, of course, what an amazing play design by Dowell Loggins, finding Josh Simons wide open in the end zone, and a beautiful throw from Sellers.
Chet Tucker hearing it, I mean, real up close, the smacks and all. And it's been good for the guys in Gamecock jerseys right now. Here's Herrera to kick off again from the south end zone to north towards the fairgrounds.
I still say, Todd, one of the things that I've been impressed with tonight and not impressed with most of the season has been, I think our wideouts are really doing a good job blocking. We've actually moved some things around. We put some running backs out there so they can block better, and that's working out really well.
Here's Herrera again, going to kick to Williams, and he fair catches it at the 6-yard line towards the A&M bench. And the Aggies will come back out on the field again with their backs to that cockpit. Carolina up 14-0 with 8:24 to go in the first quarter. In different fashion, Tommy, but it's starting out a lot like the 2022 game. You had to get out in front of a very good football team, and we had to rally to keep on that win on our column.
We did, and also in the first 2 drives by A&M, they turned it over twice. They turned it over here twice because we stopped them, but let's see what happens.
Reed again at quarterback, the diminutive freshman in the pocket, dumps one out as he gets hit to his tailback left side, and Moss gets hit hard on the far sideline, and he's down injured on a very good tackle from DQ Smith at the 45-yard line. Reed had some feet bouncing in there. I thought he was going to be nervous and flush out. He did dump it just as he was getting hit. It's a 20-yard gain, but the big thing for A&M right now, Moss hurt on the far sideline.
Tell you, good call on Reed. I thought that was a great play. I thought we had him back there. We had 2 ends on him. We had a linebacker or whatever.
Leg hits the ground. That long leg hits the ground just as you get hit. You can be in trouble, but they're dealing without Moss for the moment. Marcel Reed did not look good in the pocket. Very anxious moving around, but he got the ball away. Give him credit. So now Cyrus Allen, Trey Watson, the tight end in the backfield. They got their own diamond formation along with Ramari Daniels. And now they'll all split out. Daniels will stay in the backfield to the left. Reed out of the gun, low snap, quarterback draw, straight up the middle. He's quick and he gets it into Gamecock territory, across the 50. 8-yard gain on the play, and Tommy, now you can see why he scored 3 rushing touchdowns on his own a week ago against LSU.
Yeah, he's a quick one like Ashford is for us.
Van Martin with the stop for the Gamecocks. One back in the backfield, 3 wide receivers over to the right side. A&M will look back over to the sideline to get some signals. 2nd down and 2. Run game, and that'll be Amari Daniels over to the right side, and they push the right side of that offensive line and gain enough, 5 for a A&M first down. They're in the Gamecock territory. Bam Martin and Demetrius Knight teaming up on that tackle. 1st and 10 for the Aggies. 7:14 to go in the first quarter. Motion behind Reed. They'll hand off up the middle again, and this time stacked up right the line of scrimmage is Daniels. He was trying right, went back left, and that was a bad move because Bam Martin Scott was there. And he's playing as good as anybody right now at the linebacker spot in the Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, really is number 3 on the team in tackles with 36. 5 tackles for loss, 1.5 sack. one pass breakup and one recovered fumble. So
hard to believe he had just 13 tackles a year ago.
Yeah.
Daniels in the backfield. He's the lone one. Reed will take it himself, and they hit him just as he breaches the line of scrimmage. Tommy, to your point, how do you stop the run? Kyle Kennard went wide, then came back in and got Reed.
He did. Reached up with his hand, had enough athleticism to take it on the outside, to kind of the pinch, I guess, defensive lineman by the defensive ends, but still was able to reach up and pull him down and make a good play.
Here we go, a third down for A&M on the Gamecocks side of the field. 3rd and 8, 6:06 to go in the first quarter. There's movement. Tommy, what they have 6 in 2022 false starts. They got their first one right now. That's the right tackle crown over.
Well, they had a lot of false starts.
5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
They had a lot of false starts in 22 because, as well as I remember, they had 3 true freshmen at starting offensive line. And they brought in Wigman in the second half, and we just really confused them. And But now that's a senior, that's a dominant, big-time offensive line up front now.
Empty in the backfield is Reed. Daniels splits out. It's 3rd down and 13 after the penalty. Reed in the pocket, left side, got plenty of room up the middle, trying to run. The Gamecocks can't get to him, but they knock him out of bounds before he gets to the marker. It would be a 4th down as they knocked him out around the 34.
I'm betting they go for it.
That's an 11-yard gain and 2 yards to go for the first down. O'Donnell Fortune, thankfully, Tommy ran over there and knocked him out of bounds.
Yeah, they're going to kick a field goal here. I thought they'd probably go for it.
They're going to line up for it.
Yeah, being number 10 in the country. But
Randy Bond, a graduate from Plano, Texas, 14-16 on the year. White to hold. It's a 52-yard attempt off the left hash mark. Carolina up 14-0. 5:20 to go in the first quarter. The kick is up and clean. It's headed, and it's good. Bond with a big-time kick on the road puts the Aggies on the board with 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Carolina still leads it 14-3.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
Right.
Doggone right. Yeah.
Got to stop and forced a penalty on the Aggies as well to back them up in a long 3rd down situation. Good time to remind you, Cool Care Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Refrigeration is proud to be Gamecock football's official review sponsor. Schedule an official review of your HVAC unit for the winter. Call them at 803-772-7715 or schedule online at coolcarehvac.com.
Todd, the longest field goal Bond has made this year at 52 yards. He was 6 of 8, 40 to 49 yards, but never tried one over 50. So, nice hit for him on a away trip at night. So, got to give him credit.
He's actually had, you're right, it is his longest this year, but he's had 2 other 52-yarders, one against South Carolina in 22 here at Williams-Brice. So it was a career long and a big kick. Zirkle to kick off now for the Aggies from his own 35. Juju set back to receive, high arcing kick. Juju likes this at the 1. Here we go. They fake the reverse. Juju up the middle. Got a seam over to the right side. Down that A&M bench, cutting back at the 29. And a good little return off the fake. And that was Luke Doty. He faked 2. And Juju kept going up the middle. It's a 28-yard return. 1st and 10 for Carolina. Right now, Carolina's outgained the Aggies 104-55. And Lenora Sellers is 3 of 6 passing for 49 yards, a touchdown, and 3 rushes for 32 yards and a touchdown. Wow.
Nice mix.
Oscar Attaway's in at tailback. Bring a man in motion. That's Josh Simon. Sits down in the backfield to the left side. Fake inside by Sellers. Got to scramble out right side, in a little trouble. Now scrambles away, going to try to run up the middle. They grab his face mask. He doesn't care. At the 40, gets another block. And now finally slides down to about the 43. I swear they grabbed him by the face mask, and he kept going. A 12-yard gain on the play and another first down for the Gamecocks.
I'm only laughing because the A&M guys have been back there all over him a couple times. Normal person would have gone down as a sack. He just pulls out of it.
Larvadain goes over in motion, sits down in the slot over to the right side. 2 tight ends are into the near. Check that. That's Nick Harbor and Josh Simon here into the left side. Sellers claps of hands, calls for the football. Their run sweep here into the boundary. Good block by Kamar Bell. And turning enough to about the 45-yard lines on a 3-yard gain, and the play is Attaway.
But nice turn with the shoulders that time, and good lean forward, Todd, to pick up probably 2 or 3 yards he normally wouldn't have picked up, I think.
2nd down and 7 with the clock running at 4:02 in the first quarter. Gamecocks up 14-3. Pistol formation. Bennett goes over motion to the right side. Play action right side. And Sellers throwing on a crossing route. Incomplete around the A&M 45-yard line. It was Nick Harbor. Couldn't tell, Tommy, if that was behind him too high or Nick just didn't hold on to it. But either way, it's bringing up a 3rd and long now for the Gamecock offense.
Yeah, look from up here. It was a little too high, but got to see the replay to be sure.
A lot of work tonight trying to get the ball to Nick Harbor so far. Oscar Attaway's in the backfield. Sellers, 4 wide receiver set. Trying to set up screen plays. Got it. Larvadance hit in the backfield.
Good play.
Yeah,
good
defensive play right up the middle. They were ready. We faked the screen to the right, came back to the left, and do not pick it up. That's Bryce Anderson, the 6', 192-pound junior from Beaumont, Texas, who got his first touchdown a week ago of his career, but he's been a steady force in the secondary for Texas A&M for a long time. All right, Kai Kroger to punt. Special teams player of the week a week ago against Oklahoma, over 51 yards. And he'll put his left foot into it. This is end over end, calling for a fair catch and taken by Bussey. Terry Bussey, the freshman, waits for it around the 12-yard line. No return on that one. High looping kick for 43 yards. And the Aggies, who just kicked a field goal, will start back over with the football on their own, well, between the 12 and, right at the 12-yard line with 3:04 to go in the first quarter. Tommy Suggs, I'm Todd Ellis. Chet Tucker down on the sideline. Chris Miller's our studio host. We might get an update from him at the quarter on scores from around the country. Douglas Adams, our statistician. David Spence, our spotter. Dan Stewart, engineer tonight. Liz McMillan, our associate producer. We appreciate everybody, including Michael Collins at Learfield in the studios. Out of the gun, Marcel Reed, play action inside, cranks one up. He's going to go down the Gamecock sideline, well overthrown on the play. Nobody open as Judge Collier was on Moose Muhammad, the 6'1", 195-pound graduate from Charlotte. Dad played, of course, all those years with the Carolina Panthers, and Moose has had himself a fine career. He's in the top 14 at Texas A&M in touchdowns with 11. But nothing happening there, and 2nd down and 10. Reed, the freshman, got the start. No Connor Wegman so far tonight. Out of the gun. Dale falls on the ground, and the Gamecocks scramble forward around the 6. Hold on. Let's check to see if the Aggies got it back, and the way the Gamecocks are reacting, I think they did. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I think
an unforced error in the backfield. Tommy had hit the turf. Terry Bussey, the wide receiver, didn't handle it well, but the Gamecocks could not take advantage, and here's 3rd down and 16.
I think that's one of those that happened against Alabama that we had with Sellers that time. A young freshman just didn't get the mesh point, the handoff point, just probably left it in there a little too long and tried to pull it out, and it was too late.
Come on, Reed, make a mistake. 4-man rush for Carolina. 3rd down and 16. 3 seconds left on the play clock. 2 calls for the football. Here comes the rush. Reed's got some room right side. Pump fake. Now running at the 10. Flag on the play. Run out of bounds around the 14-yard line, but hold on.
Yeah, our guy, I believe it was Kennard, is pointing back to the official and saying he held me, and I think that's what the official saw.
The officials really like that when you tell them.
Holding. Number 55. Decline.
Shane Beamer, definitive in him being declined, and now walks on the field to pump up his defense.
That's a good
got him off the field again. And, and Tommy, with Kai Kroger's punt and their fumble, we could really win the field position war right here if we can not have a fumble on our return or get any kind of return. Tyler White, a very good punter is out there for A&M. He averages 46.3. He's in his own end zone. They'll snap it back. Carolina backs out. It's low.
Not a good punt, really.
And returning, let's see if Juice can get it. He doesn't need to. It's not taking a great bounce for A&M. It rolls harmlessly over to the Gamecock bench. But that's going to be up around the 47-yard line for the Gamecocks. A 40-yard punt on the play, no return. And Carolina with 1:50 to go in the first quarter takes back over on offense. Lenore Sellers has been a bunch of the Gamecock offense so far. He's 4 of 8 through the air, 49 yards and a touchdown throwing the football. That was to Josh Simon, a gorgeous lofted throw in the back of the end zone, north end zone. He's also got 4 rushes for 44 yards. But Rocket Sanders, who's back in the game, has got 4 for 23. Michael Smith's the tight end in the backfield with Sanders. Lenore's handles to Sanders, left side. They hit him in the backfield and take him down early on. Boy, there's some big-time pushing back and forth between the offense and defensive lines that time. No flag on the play. 2-yard gain for Rocket. 2nd and 8 upcoming. Gorgeous night in the 70s. A little bit of a breeze out here. Perfect for football. Sellers, the big quarterback at 242 pounds, stands in there. Tall sweep. It's behind Sanders. And Sanders can do all he can do is get back, I think, if anything, to the line of scrimmage. If that, he did not. And there's a flag on the play. It was -2. That was ugly from the beginning.
And we got a holding penalty, too, on Carolina. Don't know who it's on. Doesn't matter.
That was thrown quick.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I think it was one of the offensive linemen trying to pull out there. And defensive corner probably got ahead of him a little bit.
Having some problems with the official's microphone tonight, but we know that call is correct. And now it's 3rd down after the penalty. 3rd and 10 after the lost yardage play. We went screen game last time because A&M can flat bring it with their rush as well. And they'll line up 5 so far. 3 of them standing up. Now linebacker. Here they come. All-out blitz. Sellers. Middle screen. Got Sanders. Sanders into A&M territory at the 40. Trying to skid away, and they fumbles the football. Right into the arms of an Aggie. Sanders, I think, there's a push and shove. And Sanders was trying to change arms with the football and fumbled it. The Gamecocks, who did not have a turnover a week ago, put it on the ground after picking up a big 3rd down on a screen play.
So a beautifully executed play. I mean, Sellers held it to the last moment. The white jerseys would come in that time to get him, and they should have, and set up perfectly.
The field is recovered by the defense. A personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 5 for Texas A&M.
Sherman Turner for Texas A&M on the personal foul will back up the Aggies. Oh, you hate that, Tommy, because it's a 3rd and long, so difficult to convert anyhow. It is a beautifully set up screen right side, and just as Sanders was trying to change the football into his left arm, A&M pounces.
Yeah, Sanders did a good job making some nice cuts and all this, but just made a mistake. You know, we've seen more screens tonight. We've seen all year practically, and Coach Beamer told us during the offseason we probably had to throw a lot of screens this year. We've seen them tonight.
Amari Daniels still in the ball game for A&M. No Moss since he went out with an injury. 4-man front, and backside slant throw is a gorgeous catch. Holy mackerel. One arm catch by Jabri Barber, the 5'10", 182-pound senior from Dothan, Alabama, transfer from Troy. And here goes in a hurry. Reed wants to throw it again. Outside edge, got a man on a gorgeous out route. And that's again Barber, and wide open towards the Gamecock bench. Debo Samuels finally pushes Barber to the ground, but not till a 15-yard gain. And even with the penalty,
Texas
A&M's got it right back up to about the 47-yard line, their own 47.
Yeah,
they're down 14-3.
They're in hurry-up offense, too.
Daniels to the right of Reed, who's had 2 completions in a row, but they'll run it. And Daniels gets hit right at the middle, and Demetrius Knight and Debo Williams team up to clean up. And that will run the first quarter. almost to midfield is A&M, but they're down 14-3 to Carolina. We'll step away. We'll have some scores for you. We'll check with Chet down on the sideline and more Gamecock football from Learfield.
By a score of 45-20. With the call of the second quarter, here's the voice of the Gamecocks, Todd Ellis.
Chris, thanks for that thorough and complete update in a night game at Williams-Brice Stadium. Gamecocks with their 4th ranked opponent so far this year. This one, number 10, Texas A&M in town. The Aggies have the football here to start the second quarter. And it's second down 9 at their own 49-yard line. Marcel Reed's gone all the way at quarterback, the freshman from Nashville. 6 TDs on the year. He stands back in the pocket, pump fake, rolling, being chased by Stewart. And now Reed throws down the sideline and caught on that far sideline towards the Texas A&M bench. Cyrus Allen, the junior from New Orleans, transfer from Louisiana Tech, 22 yards. That's what the mobile quarterback can do, keeps it alive, and finally found somebody on the run. They're going in a hurry again, 1st and 10 at the 29 of Carolina. Oh, and a fumble in the backfield, and Reed's got a dive on it. That's the second time tonight. In exchanges with either a tailback or a wide receiver, Reed slaps his thigh pad. He's -8. And Tommy, you mentioned early in the broadcast that he's so good at the inside zone because he holds that ball in the stomach of the running back or wide receiver for so long. Tonight it's not working for him so far.
No, I think he's trying to make too big a play that time. Just hand it off and let it go, but I think he's trying to read it a little too much longer than he should.
After the loss, it's second down and 18. Reed's in the pocket, guns one, right side, too high, intended for his wide receiver, Allen, and that's going to make it third down. They're backed up all the way to their own the Gamecock 37-yard line with 14:02 to go in the second quarter. And again, the Aggies are in a 3rd and long situation. They're 0-3 tonight on 3rd down.
Todd, they fumbled twice tonight, recovered both of them. Coming into this game, they had only fumbled a total of 2 times all year long.
Protect the football well. That's why they're 7-1. Reed will work out of the gun, now empties the backfield. And his quarterback draw left side, and the Gamecocks have got him right away. Take him down right at the line of scrimmage. No chance. Tonka Hemingway and Kyle Kennard, along with Dylan Stewart and Boogie Huntley, were all over that, Tommy. That one they saw on film, and then they converted it to the field.
Yeah, Boogie Huntley got a tremendous rush charge up through the middle that time, and he's the one that really reached out and caused all the problems, slowed Reed up and allowed the other guys to come in and actually make the tackle.
Now Bond's going to go for a career-long field goal, or at least line up for it, 55 yards. Nobody back for Carolina. Bond waves like he's ready. Almost to the middle of the field. It'll be a 55-yarder into the student section. Swings at it. Man, this thing's long enough. Good gracious, he got it. Randy Bond earned your scholarship tonight. I guess they'll fly you back and let you go to class on Monday. What a kick. A career-long 55-yarder, but Carolina gets another stop and forces a field goal. It's now 14-6 Gamecocks here in the second quarter. Good gracious.
Like Steve Spurrier always said, it's hard to win with field goals.
Yeah, I don't like kicking field goals.
You know, he never did, and Gamecocks playing good defense and certainly got off to some good starts offensively. Just making a few little mistakes here and there, and I think also let's hand it to A&M. Great defensive unit. They're playing better too, settling in a little bit, so it's going to be a little chess match right now to see what works, what doesn't, and what do you go back to, what do you go away from. So good football game so far.
You know, it's shocking. Lenore Sellers with his touchdown run and touchdown pass. A&M has not allowed multiple rushing scores in a game since the season opener, and 6 rushing touchdowns in total, which is 12th fewest in the nation. So anything we get on the ground today, we should be glad to have it.
Yeah, the other thing is we've had 3 fumbles in the ball game so far. Carolina lost one. That's Sanders, a critical one right there. Carolina could have gotten 3 points, maybe 7. And then, of course, A&M fumbled twice, and that hurt them too, getting points.
Here's Zirkle to kick off. It's end over end and high towards the north end zone. And It's out of the back of the end zone. Let's check down on the sideline. Chet Tucker have us an update, I think, on the Prisma Health injury report.
Yeah, Todd, just an update, not Gamecock related. Le'Veon Moss, the talented junior running back for A&M, was taken on a cart into the locker room between the first and second quarters. So right now, questionable to return, but it did not look good for the young man.
No, it did not. Didn't look good when he got hit on the sideline or the shot before that, so hate that for him. Moss out of the lineup now. Right now we're looking at Rocket Sanders, who goes in motion. The Gamecocks got the football back. He comes behind Sellers, goes out to the right side. Sellers in some trouble. They blitz up the middle. He gets away initially. Now he's got some blockers in front of him. Sellers across the 30, and again Houdini escapes, this time to the right side and gains 5 yards on a play.
I tell you, he's slippery to be 6'3", 230.
230, that guy's 240 in every bit of it. His legs are like tree trunks over there in the forest. Sellers out of the gun again. Sanders straight at the middle. Now cuts out left side. Go Rocket! 40-yard line, down the far sideline. 50 stiff arm into Texas A&M territory and knocked out of bounds. Again, he is on fire with his vision tonight. Found that hole over the left side and went 28 yards. Will Lee finally brought him down on the far sideline. Stepped out of a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Harbor comes into the lineup. He's over there with Josh Simon. And it will be Sanders again, cutting back straight up the middle, stutter step. And several times now, Aggies have lunged at him, Tommy, and have not gotten him. He's being very patient with his runs. This one good for 5 yards.
You used the word exactly that's patient. I mean, you've got to be patient as running back many times. A lot of kids don't see that, but that's a great example right there, because the time before that he didn't need to be patient. The hole was there, he went through it. That time he had to be patient. He created about probably 4 to 5 yards. It really was not there, but because of patience they were.
14-6, Carolina's got the lead. Oscar Attaway's into the lineup. They hit him in the backfield, and this time he's dropped. Wow, what a knifing play from somebody in that defensive line. They got through there in a hurry. -3 on the play. They were taking him out so fast. They got so many in the defensive front, hard to get a number on the play. So that brings up a 3rd and 8 with 11:17 to go in the second quarter. Carolina's 1 for 4 on 3rd down so far. 2 backs in the backfield. Norris wants to throw it, now rolling right, flushed. He's got a man open, he's going to run. Simon, and this time Norris puts the shoulder down. There will be no slide. That's 242 pounds, giving a chin full of shoulder pad to the Texas A&M Aggie. A 9-yard gain on the play, Carolina first down.
You know, I gotta say, he was thinking about sliding though, and all of a sudden he said, "I'm not doing that on my bench over here." Then he decided to just lower his head and run over it. So great decision, young man.
And B.J. Mays, the defensive back, is the one that took the shot. Norris just dominating this game so far. Sanders goes in motion to the left side in the slot. All alone. Sellers going to run it right side. Gets those 2 blocks again. Cutting back at the 25 and knocked out of bounds. And hit, and it's a flag on the play because he's hit late. Right in the chest by a player who was already out of bounds. Marcellus Radcliffe hit him well into the sideline. It's a 14-yard gain, but hold on. Sellers gets the penalty, and the Gamecocks should have this 1st and goal.
Todd, because we can't hear him, so y'all listen to me. There's a penalty. It was hitting Sellers out of bounds afterwards. Half the distance to the goal. We're probably on about the 7-yard line, 8-yard line, I guess. But here's the point. Coming into this game, A&M has been allowing 104 yards rushing per game. Right now, the Gamecocks have 129.
Gamecocks rolling right now, much with Lenore, Sellers, and Sanders out of the gun. It'll be Lenoris right side. He faked it inside to Sanders, trying to turn the edge. He can't. His A&M tracked him down this time. No gain on the play. So 2nd and goal upcoming from the 8-yard line. Just under 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Carolina up 14-6. Number 10, Texas A&M in town. The Aggies 7-1 on the season. Their best start since 2012. and conference run. 8th play of the drive. Here's Sellers. 3 wide receivers to the left. Now they move 1 to the right. Sellers looking down the middle. Throws, guns it low, but it's in and out of the stomach of his intended wide receiver, Josh Simon. Oh, they set that one up as well, and Norris maybe, Tommy, just short-armed that a little bit because it opened up the middle, and it was just too short for Simon. He had it there, and Norris knows it.
Yeah, he was open, just not a good throw, really, but he's made some good ones tonight, but that was not one of them.
So 3rd and goal now for the Gamecocks with 9:33 to go in the second quarter. Working off the right hash mark. Michael Smith goes in motion to the left side. That's 3 wide receivers in that direction. Here's a blitz up the middle, picked up initially into Norris. Got to scramble out right side. Now got a blocker at the 10 and around the 7. They finally get him at the ankle and pull him down. A really good tackle, Tommy, because he probably gets in. But for that, it's a gain of just 1, and it's 4th down and goal from the 7-yard line.
You know,
he wanted to go left side. I do not know who.
Yeah, Sellers is making some good decisions tonight. Where he throws the ball, when he keeps it, when he runs, where he runs. Just really, he's kind of managing the game and managing himself very well.
So they bring in Alex Herrera now for a 25-yard field goal attempt off the right hash mark. Roger snaps it. Kroger puts it down. Alex kicks it through. And that south end zone says it's good. So the Gamecocks get their field goal. A&M with a stop inside their own 10-yard line, but it's a 7.
What we know he can do with the athlete that he is. Some of the previous games, he's kind of been feeling the pressure and not seeing it and not being able to react.
Kai Kroger is kicking off right now. He's holding the football up. Texas A&M sees the number, and now Kai will boot it away and try to drive them back, and he kicks it out of bounds. So it's going to come out to the 35-yard line. That did not go as we had hoped.
I mean, Coach Beamer threw his arms up in there, and he's talking on his headsets then. You know,
and Alex Herrera
got to do better than that.
And Alex Herrera had 2 touchbacks so far. And I think we were trying to get a roller down there to really drive them back.
Kick out of bounds, 39, kicking team. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, 1st down.
8:45 to go in the first half, 17-6 Gamecocks. Each team has 3 timeouts remaining. The freshman Marcel Reed's gone all the way at quarterback for the Aggies, and now E.J. Smith from Dallas, Texas, the transfer from Stanford, comes in, and they'll hand off to him right side. He's met by an angry Gamecock at the 36-yard line, but he will gain 2 on the play. Bam Martin Scott, in fact, dropped the hammer on him. E.J. Smith came in on 92 yards on the year with 3.7-yard average, but if you're just joining us, Le'Veon Moss, the junior starting tailback, one of the tops in the conference, out with an injury. So 2 backs so far. That's Daniels and Smith. They'll fake and throw to the outside. Boy, a good stick in the backfield, and Marcel Reed was lucky to get it out. The catch is made by Bussey on the outside, but right on top of it was Dakari Swain. And now it's 3rd and 1 for the Aggies. They're on their own side of the field, the 44-yard line. Clock running at 7:49 in this first half.
There's 0 of 4 on 3rd down opportunities so far tonight.
Amari Daniels is back in the game at tailback. Reed's calling for his wide receiver in the slot to come in that direction. Handoff inside. Oh, he gets through and free. At the 40 is Daniels, at the 30. 20, Carolina trying to track him down to 10. 5, and the Aggies break 3 on a 3rd down play and go 56 yards on the ground. No stopping them that time. Your point could make it 17-13. Found that one hole. We did not fill it well, and Daniels was gone. There's a reason they run for 220-plus yards a game.
No question.
They don't miss a bunch of those all night long.
Wasn't necessarily a great call. I mean, there wasn't anything extraordinary about it, but just good blocking, and we did not fill the gap, as Todd said, and had everybody in short yard defense, and once you pass that initial line, it's over.
Here's Bond. He looks up towards that student section, calls for the football, swings through. And like everything else he's kicked tonight, it's good. Daniels on a 3rd down and 1 where they had not converted. In fact, been stopped on a short 4th and 1. Goes 56 yards and brings the Aggies. Yep.
And Carolina's defense has done a good job with them. They fumbled twice, which cost them some negative yards. Hadn't been sacked, but Gamecocks have 196, so you put 56 yards into where they are now, or where they were rather, and that changed the complexion, obviously with the score, but also with the yardage.
Each team has 3 timeouts remaining. Carolina about to get the football. Luke Doty and Juju McDowell lined up deep in that north end zone. Randy Bond's been blasting the football either in field goals or kickoffs tonight, and Jared Zirkle with his kickoffs. And we'll see what they elect to do. Crowd kind of down after that long run right now. We need to get them back in it. Gamecocks on top of number 10, Texas A&M. Trying to get to 5 wins on the season. Zirkle right foot into it. A booming kick away from Juju and taps in the back of that end zone and will be a touchback on the play. Sellers started tonight 1 of 4 for 20 yards. Now 4 of 6 there afterwards for 46. 5 of 10 overall. He's got 9 rushes for 74 yards and a touchdown. And almost escaped a couple more to make big plays. The redshirt freshman quarterback back in there now. Oscar Attaway is to his left. He's the tailback. Josh Simon sets down over on the right side. It's 2 each way. They'll run in Josh's direction. Turn the corner Attaway at the 30, 35. Cutting back at the 40. Nice job, Oscar, and across the 50-yard line. Oh, good blocking again. Tommy on the edge and by the wide receivers. That's gain of 27 yards and a Carolina first down.
I want to go back and look at that, but I think Simon did an excellent job blocking out there. And also we had an offensive tackle on the right side.
Taysom Henry.
Henry did a good job of just kind of sealing the outside rusher so he couldn't get there.
Sellers out of the gun now on the Aggie side of the field. Straight at the middle is Attaway. Oh, he almost busted it to the 3rd level. Somebody in the middle of that line got his right leg and held it to a 7-yard gain. It might have been a lot more, but 2nd and 3 upcoming. Oh, good block by Kamar Bell, who stayed with his man. As I see the replay, tight ends blocking well tonight.
Attaway now 4 rushes, 33 yards.
This is a team that the total high they gave up so far in rushing 198 to Notre Dame. First game of the year. Jared Brown's in the lineup. Sellers. Oh my goodness, it's incomplete pass. No, that's a fumble. Oh no, that should be incomplete pass.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
They wanted to go an inside reverse play. I'm not sure to who.
Field is an incomplete forward pass. 3rd down.
Exactly what it should be. It was a pitch on an inside shuffle pass. I'm not sure. It might have been Jared Brown, the intended receiver. And all of a sudden, Tommy, some Aggie was into the backfield, and we're lucky it wasn't picked off.
Yeah, I don't think that thing would have gone anyway because they had so much penetration throughout the line that time, so we got lucky.
3rd down for Carolina with 6:18 to go in the half. Lenore Sellers in the shotgun. Dumps one off. He's got it complete on the play to Jared Brown, but it's going to be short of the first down. Good coverage by the Aggies, just a 1-yard gain on the play. Lenore's for the first time tonight, Tommy, may have made a mistake. I think he could have run for it.
Yeah, I do too.
No, there was a man right in the middle. Forgive me. And the Gamecocks are going to go for it now on 4th and 2. Oscar Attaway in the backfield. Lenore's takes a long look over to the sideline. Let's see what Shane Beamer does, or is he trying to draw the Aggies? 14 seconds left on the play clock. Long look at the sideline.
I think we're trying to draw him because it doesn't just seem to be a lot of effort on the coaching staff over
5 seconds on the play clock, not going to do something.
Yeah.
And Shane takes one of those 3 timeouts.
Timeout, South Carolina.
Still can go for it.
Timeout on the field, a 4th and 2 upcoming for Carolina with that 17-13 lead. They're on the Aggie 40-yard line. We'll be back. This is Carolina football.
I think we're going for it, so therefore I think we go for it.
That's the kind of analyst that makes him the best in the business.
It looks like to me that's what we're going to do. The difference is like 20 yards because if you kick it in the end zone and they come out, bring it out to the 20, if you nail it inside the 20 somewhere. You pick up some extra yards. But I think it's a wise decision. We just got to get it. I mean, that's the whole thing. You got to make it. Big one.
It will be Oscar Attaway into the lineup. The Gamecocks are averaging 7.8 yards a rush. Let's see what they peel down here. A 4-man front for the Aggies. Lenoris in the shotgun. Attaway to his left. Blitz off the right side. Lenoris slant route incomplete. He wanted Bennett on the slant. And there's no flag on the play, so it's turnover on downs. We threw for it. And Bennett well covered on the slant. I don't think the throw was bad. I don't think, right on time, I guess. A right arm by the defender on Bennett. But no call, and probably rightfully so, Jaden Hill. And now with 5:28 to go in the first half and those 3 timeouts they have, the Aggies have the football at their own 40-yard line. Surprised we did not run with Sanders there on that one. It's a long 2 yards.
I put the best runners on the edge, and that would have been Sanders and Sellers, but they know a lot more than we do.
E.J. Smith's back in at tailback. Reed out of the gun. Pitch play right side, and they've got E.J. Smith on an option play and punch him over to the Aggie bench. -3 on the play. That's what you need. Good pressure by Kyle Kennard. Forces the pitch, and then Bam Martin Scott and Vicari Swain in there on the tackle.
Yeah, Bam Martin Scott just really ran through his guy, just threw him aside and made a great play.
The Aggies have only had 24 total plays tonight to Carolina's 34. Reed out of the gun, sends everybody out. Empties the backfield, crossing routes, got his man. Caught at the 45-yard line and turning up his Barber. Jabri Barber, the senior, who came into the game with 18 catches, has got 3 on the night. That one's good for 11 yards. And now it's 3rd down and short. Good job by the Aggies.
And we were in a soft zone that time. He just broke it right in front of us, and good protection, good throw, good catch.
Big Tonka Hemingway comes in back into the lineup. He'll put his hand down over the right guard. Reed working out of the gun, 2 wide receivers left side, 3rd down and 2. Reed crossing route on a pick play. He's got his man wide open and caught at the 40 and finally cut down as Trey Watson, the tight end. Good job by Reed looking over to the right. The tight end comes out late in a 14-yard gain and a 1st down. Oh, we were way late tracking on that tight end.
Yeah, we got lost on that one. Good play, good design, and just these are late tight ends across the middle like that just always seem to work to me.
Clock running at 3:48 left in the first half. 17-13 Gamecocks. The Aggies number 10 in the country. Maury Daniels back in at tailback. Reed wants to throw again. Steps up in the pocket, now going to step up and run. He can't catch that guy with our defensive lineman at the 25, run out of bounds at the 19-yard line. And he saw that zone coverage, took advantage of it, and ran until Carolina runs him out of bounds after a 20-yard gain. So the Aggies in field goal range now with 3:24 to go in the first half, and the 3 timeouts remaining. Reed gaining a little confidence now. 1st and 10 for his Aggies at the Carolina 19-yard line, headed towards that student section. Carolina with a 5-man front. Now here comes the crowd. Kyle Kennard puts his hand down. They snap it back. Fake inside. Quick slant route. Batted up in the air. Incomplete. I believe that's Demetrius Knight. And I thought we may have a chance to pick that one off.
He was wide open, the receiver.
Yes,
wide
he was.
Open.
It might have been 2 Gamecocks. Actually, DQ Smith and Knight were right there. I'm not sure who got it, but I know one thing. The wide receiver was open on the slant route.
Yeah, but he had our guy beat about 10 yards that time, so glad someone got their hands up and knocked it down.
6th play of the drive. 2nd down and 10 at the Gamecock 18-yard line. Just under 3 minutes. Reed's going to run it himself. Got some blockers right side, cutting back, and finally knocked out of bounds at the 1st down marker on the far sideline around the 8. E-Man Worry and Knight combined to get him out, but a 9-yard run. It reminds me when Lenoris Sellers ran our sweep play. Good blocking by the Aggies.
Really can drive by A&M right here. Exactly what we did not want at the end of the first half. You know, we kind of got a little quiet here offensively in the second, about midway through the second quarter. and A&M just kind of raised their game up a little bit.
Well, they're taking their time here with 2:20 left on the clock. 4 seconds left on the play clock. Timeout on the far sideline.
Texas A&M.
Mike Elko lets it run down to 2:16. It's 3rd and 1 yard to go on the Gamecock 9-yard line. I thought he got into the marker, Tommy. He did not. That being Reed on the run play. And Elko wants to talk this one over and still have his 2 timeouts remaining. Is why they have a 56-yard run for a touchdown. They've had some problems and 3rd and 4th down short against the Gamecocks.
Well, you go back here, it was still leading 17-13, but I go back to some key plays here in the first half, Todd, and the fumble by Sanders, huge, because a big 3rd down play there. He picked it up, and good play by Sellers, good catch by Sanders, good run, just trying to move the ball from one hand to the other hand. They just pick up some more yards and fend off the defender, and just didn't work. And then a couple miscues on 4th down, and just here we are.
3rd and 1. They need to get to the Gamecock 8. They're on the right hash mark. The Aggies trailing 17-13. 2:16 remaining. The Gamecock fans know it's important. Reed out of the gun. Wide receiver to the left side. He'll look that way. Fade route. Left side. Incomplete. No flag initially. None. Dakari Swain covering on Noah Thompson on the play. Surprising there, Tommy, on 3rd and 1.
Yeah, me too. Particularly a team that rushes the ball 222 yards a game. I just surprised at that, but I guess they felt like if that did not work, they'd still run it, and that's what they're doing.
Thompson, 6'6", 200-pound junior. They love to throw to him in the red zone. 3 TDs on the year, but nothing there. And Swain with good coverage. So Daniels is the tailback. There's a tight end in the backfield. 3 tight ends in the game. Marcel Reed taking himself, and I think there's a timeout.
I don't think he'd have made
Shane
it.
Beamer got it. Shane Beamer called a timeout right before the snap with 2:08 to go in the half on a 4th and 1.
Timeout, South Carolina.
I think they were outmanned on one side of the line, Tommy, with those tight ends, because A&M will run 3 tight ends and an extra offensive lineman. And whatever the balance was there, Clayton White and him knew they did not want a part of it. So Carolina now will take the timeout, think it over.
Yeah, but I think the key here is that, I'm not second guessing, but I believe you go back and look at that, I don't think he'd have made it. I think Knight had him out there in that linebacker spot, and he had a blocker in front of him, but the blocker had gone past Knight. And I believe Knight could have caught him and held him back from making the 1st down.
Don't forget our Bud Light halftime report coming up with Chris Miller. Give you scores from around the country and highlights from this ball game. Nobody really doubted it would be a 4-quarter game one way or the other, but Carolina took a 14-0 lead before Texas A&M had 7 plays, 49 yards, and a 52-yard field goal.
2022 was a 4th quarter game as well.
All right, here we go. 17-13 Carolina. 2:11 to go in the first half. 4th and 1 at the Gamecock 9-yard line. Daniels is the back, the hand to him straight up the middle. He's got the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal at the Gamecock 6-yard line. Hard running from Daniels. And that will be the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout.
We'll step aside. Some football to be played here in the first half. We're glad you're with us on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Into the game, one of the most penalized teams in the conference. Carolina right up there as well, but being patient tonight and consistent. All right, 1st and goal at the 7-yard line, at least for the moment. Reed has got Daniels in the pistol formation behind him, and a 2 tight end set, 2 wide receivers. Reed out of the gun. Daniels right side cutting back at the 5, down to the 3, and probably to the 2-yard line. Man, that is a huge offensive line, and they were pushing the Gamecocks that time. Nick Worry finally makes the stop on the play. Debo trying to get in there and be a part of it.
They had a tight end in there too, Orstrom. that did a good job on that right side, blocking our contained guy outside. And
clock running at 1:30 left in the first half. 17-13 Gamecocks. Aggies threatening. Elko knows he's going to score. Look at him. He's just taunting us here, letting the clock run down.
We need a fumble. We need to read the fumble.
What a strategy. He's going to call another timeout. Yeah.
Timeout, Texas A&M. The second of the half, 30-second timeout.
Mike Elko in his first season at A&M, 7-1, 23-10 overall his third year as a head coach. He was named in 2023 in November, returning to Aggie land for the second time. He had served as defensive coordinator. He was the head coach at Duke. He made stops at Notre Dame and Wake Forest prior to his time with the Aggies. Known for tough physical defense. And man, he turned that Duke program around like nobody since Steve Spurrier.
He really did. He's highly regarded as just a fundamentally quality football coach, and you put that with all the talent that A&M's been able to bring in out there, particularly under Jimbo Fisher, and they brought a lot of people in there. So this success does not surprise me, Todd.
No, heck no. They've recruited or earned maybe is the right word, a lot of great recruiting classes over the last couple of years. 1:13 to go in the first half. A&M's got it just outside the 2-yard line of the Gamecocks. Pistol formation for Marcel Reed, still talking to his wide receivers. Now back to his tailback. Pistol formation with Daniels behind him. Wide receiver goes to the left. Reed wants to throw it, backing up into the end zone. Got it. Touchdown. Barber's favorite target on the night. Crossing route to number 1 from 2 yards out with 1:08 to go in the second quarter. The Aggies take the lead for the first time tonight. Marcel with a drive, 10 plays, 60 yards, and a 2-yard touchdown throw to Barber. The extra point will make it a 3-point game at 20-17.
That's 4 scores by the Aggies to only 1 for Carolina. Gamecocks were up 14-0. Then A&M started kicking field goals, and Carolina got a field goal, and then A&M got 2 touchdowns.
Here's Bond to try to put a cap on it with 1:08 to go in the second quarter. Snap it back, kick it up, got it. Number 10, A&M showing the guts on the road in the Southeastern Conference at night at Williams-Brice Stadium. 20-17 is your score with 1:08 to go. Chris Miller will have the Bud Light halftime report upcoming. Tommy, no real surprise there. They were down at half to LSU a week ago and showed a lot of mustard, including through Marcel Reed in the second half of that ball game to get stops. LSU had a bunch of turnovers. Nussmeier did not look good in the second, well, not a whole lot of the game. And the Aggies took advantage of that in the comeback win. Only loss on the season to Notre Dame in the opener. Undefeated in conference play. Now in the lead tonight over Carolina. Gamecocks have 1 timeout remaining. Now Zirkle has been doing nothing but booting it out of the back of the end zone as he lines up going south to north here towards the fairgrounds. And Juju brushes his cleats off and awaits to see if he has a shot here. Right at him is the football, but it's over his head. Bouncing.
One of the reasons
touchback.
You said, Todd, early in the broadcast here a few minutes ago that one of the reasons Elko was calling timeout, not wasting time, letting the clock run out. He didn't want to give, he knew they were going to score, as you said, but he didn't want to give Carolina much time to get the ball right here and go down and get points on the board.
I know
again.
that was his intent. It's still pretty gutsy.
Yeah, but it looked like it may have worked because 1:08, we could have probably had 1:25 or 1:30 on the clock, but we don't, so let's see what we can do.
1st and 10 for Carolina now. Down 3 for the first time tonight in the ball game. Sanders is back in. Sellers out of the gun. He'll hand to Saunders going left side. And not much gain at all. There's a good pursuit by the Aggie defense. And run out of bounds on the play by Radcliffe, one of the nickel players. California native, transfer from San Diego State, in on the stop. Larvadan goes and splits over the left side. They lost a yard on the play. Lenore Sellers in the pocket. Good protection initially. Now wants to go deep down the field. It's Harbor. They're hanging on his back. There's no calls. It drops about 5 yards from where he is, but there's a flag on the play, and that may be a late hit on Lenore Sellers. Again, we don't have the microphone, or we've not had it.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 5, low hit, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Shamar Turner on the low hit. Lenore looks like he's moving around fine, so it did not impact him health-wise, and it certainly helps the Gamecocks lose the football all the way up to their own 39-yard line.
Turner's a good one. 24 tackles so far this year as a defensive tackle. That's pretty good. 5.5 tackles for loss.
Some say he's the best in the league.
Yeah.
Rockets in at tailback. Motion right side with Bennett. Sellers wants to throw it underneath route. Diving out to make the catch. Did he get it? Are you kidding me? Mazio Bennett got it around the 49. First down for Carolina on a 10-yard gain. The clock at 46. Gamecocks still have one timeout remaining. Sellers right up to the line of scrimmage. Wants to go again and throw it. Rolling right side. Going to take it himself, trying to get out of bounds. He does. With 36 seconds remaining. Boy, had somebody coming across the middle late there, Tommy. It's been hard to see. Still a 4-yard gain on the play. They're into A&M territory, though, with 36 seconds remaining.
You know, you got a new quarterback here, a freshman really, basically. Then you got a whole cast of new receivers there, so they're still learning each other. I know it's late in the year, you know, but still they're doing that. These receivers have got to come back to him when he starts rushing.
Here's a blitz off the left side. Sellers throws underneath. This time Bennett's got it. What a catch on the slant route. They hit him right away after he picked up the first down, and that's right to his head. I think it's just because the way they ripped him down. It was not a targeting type play, but Bennett's hurt. A 9-yard gain, a first down for Carolina. Tommy, we could get 3 with 28 seconds to go. We need the timeout. We got men coming off the field. And now Beamer calls a timeout after several seconds come off the play clock.
South Carolina, their third and final of the half. 30-second timeout.
Boy, that hurt. Gosh, that hurt.
Yeah, we had about 6 seconds come off, I believe. And Shane is upset at the officiating because of the hit on Bennett. But I think it was mostly just a tear down, Tommy, and not a head-to-head contact on Bennett. Looks like they're working on him on the sideline, and that looks like to me it's just here's a replay of it. Bennett on the slant route. I mean, it's not a face mask, guys. Oh, he did hit him when he's on the ground, though. He just grabbed him by the helmet, but the second hits the one. Maybe they're upset about that. Either way, certainly could have been a no call. Great catch by Bennett, though.
Well, either way, so far this game's being officiated better than that crowd from LSU that we had. Whoever those guys were.
We can't go a quarter without talking about that, can we?
I wanted to say something to the commissioner of the SEC up here. He was down there, but I didn't. I told him, I said, hey, my name is Todd Ellis. I want to talk to you about that.
I am so upset about the LSU officiating crew. All right, here's where we are, folks. 24 seconds remaining. Carolina down 20-17. First and 10 at the Aggies 38. They really need to get to the 28-yard line to be for a 46-yard field goal, which is what Herrera's already gotten this season. Josh Simon, Rocket Sanders in the backfield. Lenore Sellers out of the gun. No timeouts remaining. Sellers takes the snap. He's in some trouble. He's got to roll right. Got one man moving, and now Sellers steps out of bounds. I thought he had Jared Brown breaking back towards the sideline, and we gained just 2, but it runs it down to 17 seconds remaining.
Sometimes you just got to throw it like that, and if it's close, and hopefully get pass interference or something. But normally you do that on a long pass, not a short one like that, hoping for pass interference. But let's see what the...
Try to get another 12 yards or so. Lenore Sellers second down. Just a 3-man rush this time. Sellers step up in the pocket, fumbles the football, they knock it down. Sellers has got to get the defensive tackle down on the ground at the 35, and there's a flag on the play down the field, and that could be holding on A&M. That will have to absolutely bail us out as Sellers has the ball knocked out of his hands with 8 seconds remaining.
I don't think it's what our guy is throwing his hands up, Larverdan, like it's maybe on us for some reason, but I don't want to be premature here. But
Before the fumble, holding, defense number 20.
Yes, sir.
Penalty, first down.
I take all that back, folks. Pardon me.
B.J. Mays, the holding defensive back. No wonder Lenore stayed in the pocket so long.
I think what
The game clock will start on the snap.
Tommy got 8 seconds here. I don't know if we have even time to run. We got to spike it because it's going to start on the snap. We got no timeouts remaining, so we need a spike here and then kick the field goal.
No, we're going to go kick it with 8. I don't know. I think Larverdan was doing his hands up like, guys, this guy was holding me. I'd have been open if I hadn't have been held. So that's what he was doing, not complaining that it was on us.
All right, here's Herrera now. We got just enough with the penalty. It's inside his best of 46 yards. We could tie it up going to halftime. With 8 seconds remaining, a 44-yarder. Off the right hash mark, snap it back, kick it up. Herrera's got enough distance. It's turning. It's good! Alex Herrera, yes, sir. He's had a string of bad luck, and he just got 3 to tie it up with number 10, Texas A&M, with 2 seconds remaining. Nice kick, big guy. Good job by Lenore Sellers getting him down there.
And I think also a lot of good composure right there, Todd, with about 20, 30 seconds to go from the coaching staff, from Shane Beamer, the players, everybody. Got a good break on Larverdan when somebody was holding him down there because we fumbled, but regardless, we needed a good break on that. So regardless, just good idea right there, good play, so we tied up with the number 10 team in the country. We're a little disappointed, but still.
Number 22 for Texas A&M is wearing 0.
I know Chet Tucker will check on Nazio Bennett, guys, on our Prisma Health Injury Report, but let's give him credit. 2 incredible catches on that drive.
True freshman, too. Yeah, true freshman out of Greenville, South Carolina. Another South Carolina guy playing well this year as a true freshman. I think Greenville High School up there.
Yep.
And nice to go to him.
High school, he had 31 receptions for 541 yards as a senior. And here's an onside wobbler, and A&M gets it. Oh, and there's 1 second remaining.
How does that take one?
It bounces 5 times and does not run 2 seconds off the clock.
Well, the guy catches it and puts his knee down. That takes 2 right there. It takes me about a minute to do that now. But
if I'd have had that clock guy when I was running the 40 at the NFL Combine, I'd have read a 3.76 or something instead of I won't say. All right, 1 second remaining, and they're going to get into a kneel situation here. Is Reed tied at 20. This also keeps this crowd in it, Tommy. Not that they needed it wholly to bring them back, but obviously now the Gamecocks tied up at 20 will go to half. Chet Tucker, we shall see. I believe he's going to have him first. Dukes Mayo brings us Shane Beamer. Here's Chet.
Coach, incredible environment here. The fans came out, made a great environment to reward them with a 14-point lead. Great job by A&M to get those points back. What do you think of the first half?
Yeah, it's a SEC war like we knew it was going to be. Disappointing a couple things on defense. We give up a long touchdown run because we're misaligned, and we got 2 guys in the same gap. And then we just completely turned the guy free on that touchdown pass down there. But we knew it was going to be a battle. They're winning the turnover battle right now, I think 1-0. So we got to get some takeaways ourselves on defense and figure out a way to stop the run. We are right now.
Saw you pretty animated there with the referees at the end after the tackle on Bennett. You get the great field goal there. Do you have any update on Bennett?
He's out right now. We'll go in there and see.
All right, best of luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you.
Chet, great job. Shane, thank you for that. Boy, he's always talking about turnovers, isn't he, Tommy? And that's a big part of it. A&M got the one, as Tommy pointed out, a key play.
28-3. Earlier today was Oregon over Michigan, 38-17. Georgia defeated Florida by a score of 34-20. Ohio State topped Penn State 20-13. Miami beat Duke 53-31. And Texas Tech over Iowa State 23-22. With the call of the second half, here's the voice of the Gamecocks Hall of Fame quarterback Todd Ellis.
Well, Chris, if that wasn't a fulfilling halftime report for folks. It wasn't because of effort. Great job getting around college football today, giving them updates and highlights here. Texas A&M won the toss, deferred to the second half, and Alex Herrera has gone out and is setting up to kick off to Isaiah Williams and Terry Busey. They stand together, and this fan base stayed intact. No shock. 20-20 our score here. Great to have you. Nice cool evening now. Here's Herrera, right foot into it, end over end. Tight against the near sideline. Taken out, Busey at the 20-yard line and then turned upside down around the 22. Good tackle on the play. The special teams continues with the efforts. And it's an 18-yard return on the play. Juju McDowell with the stop. The experienced tailback playing on special teams and makes a tackle there. Carolina finished out the half with a 6-play, 49-yard drive, kicked a 44-yard field goal to tie it up. And the stats, as you heard from Chris, basically even. Four-man front for Carolina. Reed goes at quarterback. They'll hand up the middle. At the second level is Daniels. Amari Daniels gets the start here to the second half and gets a 5-yard gain because Le'Veon Moss is out with an injury taken into the locker room in the first half of play. And they've been using Daniels and E.J. Smith. We'll keep an eye on it. Ja'Day Walker is in after sitting out the first half. And now Marcel Reed is tripped up in the backfield. He's tried to scramble out left side, and Kyle Kennard got a hook on that left foot. No gain on the play. And that brings up a third down. Boy, it'd be great to get out of here. 3rd and 4. Stop them on the first drive of the second half.
It is kind of a second half game setter right there if you do that.
A&M's got 2 wide receivers to the right. That's the wide side of the field. Carolina with a late shift in defense. Reed in the pocket, bouncing, steps up, rolls, crossing route. Got his man caught at the 36. Again, crossing routes. Ja'Day Walker just into the lineup, who came in because he was suspended for the first half for a targeting call against LSU, gained 7 on the play. And Reed, just enough time in the pocket, makes the throw. It wasn't pretty, Tommy, but it was a completion.
Well, nice presence by a true freshman to step up, feel the pressure, step up in the pocket, and then know where his receiver was going to be. And the good thing about that pattern, they ran the receiver across his face. In other words, in his line of sight when you're looking downfield, so he didn't have to turn his head 3 or 4 different directions.
A fresh set of downs now for Reed. He's going to run speed sweep to the wide side. Gamecocks are there and take it down. Noah Thomas. Nice play on the edge. -1. I think DQ Smith was a part of that stop. And Judge Collier on the edge. That might have been more than 1. They'll call it 2. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 12. Tommy's shocked. There's been 1 3 and out in this entire ball game with these 2 defenses. Amazing. 2nd down and 12. Gamecock fans are back in it. Carolina defense out there on the field. First drive of the second half for the Aggies. It's tied at 20. They're number 10 in the country. 4 seconds left on the play clock. Reed drops back in there. Calls for the football. Snap it back in time with 1 second to go. Reed looking down the middle of the field. Got his man in the zone at the 41-yard line. Jabri Barber again with his 4th catch. This one good for 8 yards, and it brings up a reasonable 3rd down and 4. Oh, D. Knight almost got his right hand on it. Too much time right now for Reed in that pocket.
3 of 8 on 3rd down so far from Texas A&M.
Working off the left hash mark. Reed steps up, talks to his offensive lineman. Needs to get to their own 45-yard line. Carolina shifts the defensive front. Motion man to the right side. Reed in the pocket. Bouncing on an in route. Left hand in for the Gamecock defense. They say incomplete. And it should be 4th down.
Good play. Good play.
Good play. That's Eman Worry with the handover, left hand stop, knockdown play.
Todd, you know, one thing that we may not have had a sack yet, but just knowing those guys are there makes you a little nervous as a quarterback because you're always aware of it. And you know that as well as I do, playing the position. And particularly a true freshman coming in here, he's got to know he's got to get rid of it quicker than he normally would have because of that rush.
Tyler White to punt. Left footer spins one towards Jalen Kilgore. Kilgore takes a fair catch at the 16-yard lines, and Carolina's defense gets a stop on a 42-yard punt. Carolina will take over. We're tied at 20. They open up the second half by getting A&M off the field with 11:34.
We do, Todd. First word out of the locker room is that Bennett will be out for the remainder of the game. No indication as to what his ailment is, but he is out for the remainder of the game.
He came off on his own 2 feet, so that makes me think it's a upper extremity or head injury play. It didn't look that severe, but maybe I just missed it on the replay. Good luck to him, and hope he's feeling better, along with Moss, the tailback. All right, Saunders is in the game at tailback. They'll hand to him, coming right side. And Rocket turns the corner, runs through a couple of guys up to about the 27-yard line. Again, Tommy, working that right side and into the boundary has been good for Carolina.
It really has. Just good blocking on that right side, too. And that time, again, it was Henry out there doing a good job and kind of moving to the outside and then just shielding his guy, hooking him, whatever you want to call it, but really just not letting their outside people get to Sanders.
11-yard gain on the play. Now everybody splits out left side. It's just Lenoris in the backfield. And Lenoris trying to run out. He runs away from a defender. Now another one up the Gamecock sideline. He finally knocked out of bounds. He frustrates the Aggies again with his legs. Back-to-back 11-yard gains and another Carolina first down.
Turner at 6'4", 300, thought he had him and kind of went for him, and he was grabbing air. He was gone. So he just surprised you with his quick feet, his speed, his just athleticism is tremendous.
Sellers now up to 91 yards rushing on the night and a touchdown. Wide receivers over the left side, still working off the right hash mark. 1st and 10 for Carolina. Handoff Sanders that way, left side behind a good block from Bell. And one of the tight ends not happy with his effort, but it still yields 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up for Carolina. Again, Carolina's rush for 195, just 3 yards short of what Notre Dame did. That's the high on this A&M team. A&M jumps off sides. Nobody snaps the football. Carolina looking back over at the sideline. 2 wide receivers over to the left side. Sanders is the back. Now he'll flip to the right. 9 seconds left on the play clock. Lenoir's going to run it in that direction. It's behind Sanders. Good block. And up again, close to a first down around the 49. I think he's short, but a 5-yard gain on the play. Again, Tommy, the overloads to that side.
You're down, 3rd down.
Yeah, just a little, some different formations, and the overload's a good way of explaining it that we haven't seen all year.
They're going with the hurry up, blitz upside, but Sanders up the middle, and here he goes. Rocket at the 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Carolina. Yes! Touchdown, Rocket Sanders. This one from 52 yards. He had a 66-yarder earlier in the year. Launch, 1, Rocket. Boom, Gamecocks back on top. It's 26-20. The extra point upcoming with 9:19 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Boy, Daniels did the same thing for A&M in the first half when we were in a short yardage defense, didn't have a guy in the gap,
just like
and he ran it for 56 yards. Same thing happened there. Rocket just outran everybody after he broke the initial line of scrimmage for 52 yards.
Here's Herrera. Holger holds it after the Hunter Rogers snap, and got it. They stop Texas A&M on their first drive, and the Gamecocks get points, and they lead it 27-20 with 9:19 to go in the 3rd. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
So only 86 yards tonight. So, and Sellers 8 of 15, but you know, he's the other side of that is, you know, we got 252 rushing, so every game's not going to be the same game. But
he's also rushed for 96 yards.
Yeah, the thing that's amazing to me is, if you look at this game on paper before, and I said this, I didn't think the matchup was good for Carolina because we've struggled to a large degree running the football. But, boy, we have it tonight. Plus, I don't think we've given up a sack tonight, have we? Maybe. Yeah, I'm sorry. We gave up one sack.
No, we got one sack.
We got one sack. You're right about that. Yep.
No.
I was looking at the red zone.
Here's Herrera to kick off. Williams going to take it at the 1 yard line, come up the far sideline. He's tripped up on a diving tackle in there by 2 defenders for the Gamecocks. Maurice Brown, I believe, was one of them, and Buddy Mack, the third, in on the stop. 21-yard return for A&M. And now 9:14 to go. They'll have their second crack at this Gamecock defense in the second half. Great crowd on hand tonight, a sellout at Williams-Brice Stadium. And they're ensuring that the Aggies know whose venue they're in. 2 tight end set. Reed going to hand off straight up the middle of driving Amari Daniels, who's gotten the bulk of the work tonight because Moss is out. Got a 4-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, Daniels now has got 9 carries for 80 yards, so he's the lead guy.
Aggies have run for 127, about 100 yards below their average so far. But we're into the third quarter. Carolina leading 27-20. Reed out of the gun, drops back deep. Carolina coming up the middle, brings some pressure. There's an out route thrown down the field on a deep out at the 40-yard line of Carolina is incomplete. Noah Thomas, the 6'6 junior, the leading receiver on the team, covered well by O'Donnell Fortune and DQ Smith. Man, nobody messes with O'Donnell Fortune anymore.
Yeah, you're right about that because he's just proven himself as a top quality corner. He's going to be in the next league too, but that time again, Reed having enough time to throw. They're doing a good job holding our people out of there right now and giving him time to throw.
3rd down and 6. They're 3 of 9 on 3rd downs tonight. Reed in the pocket, slides over to his left and throws a deep out route. He's got his man at the 31. A gorgeous throw. Pairs where the spot is. He needed to get to the 32, and I think that's at the 31. So some choices for Mike Elko here. As it looked like 4th down is upcoming. That was Cyrus Allen on the catch, the New Orleans junior. And it is 4th down. Gamecocks got a stop on 4th and inches in the first quarter. Let's see what Elko does deep in his territory.
And then we gave up a 56-yard touchdown on another short 4th down. So we got to make sure that we don't miss a gap and make sure we know what we're doing on this one.
8 seconds left on the play clock. They're still bringing guys in and out. They're going to call timeout here. They do.
We got to.
Oh, I love that. Whether they punted away or not, we made them burn one here in the third quarter.
Yeah. Texas A&M.
They're looking for matchups is what they were looking at. A little bit of overloading again, too, Todd, on the short side of the field that time with some of their alignment.
Yeah, they weren't even close to that one. Still had guys coming on the field. Another good throw from Reed that time. Didn't allow his guy to keep running and pick up the first, but sliding to his left, he makes the throw, and he's now 11 of 17 to 123. And a touchdown throw they had in the red zone. The Aggies, really their best conference start, Tommy, since 1998. And their old venue, Southwest Conference, where they started out 7-0. They're 5-0 in conference play right now. And so it's 4th down and 1 at their own 31-yard line. They are lined up to go for it. Jatias Gear and Kyle Kennard in at defensive ends. Shift with TJ Sanders. Handoff inside. Stuck again. I don't think he got it. The Gamecocks say no.
I don't think he did.
Debo Williams right at the middle.
It is a close mark. If he goes with the left foot mark or the right foot mark, he got the left foot out. The guy coming on our side over here, that's not a good sign, but.
It's a Gamecock football. They did it again. A double dose of defense.
Game clock to 7 minutes.
Stopped them on 4th and 1 for the second time tonight. Are you kidding me? This whitewash defense of Clayton White. Another stop with 7:28 to go. in the third quarter. Carolina leading 27-20. Debo Williams, what a blast. But I tell you, Tommy, TJ Sanders shifted just at the last second right over the nose of the center, and that helped out as well.
Well, I'm blown away by this. This is unbelievable.
Carolina, they're taking a look at it. They're going to take a review of this play in the spot. Boy, that was a mosh pit down there. I don't know how television could see anything, but we'll look. The official review is brought to you by Cool Care Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Refrigeration. Have Cool Care provide a free estimate. They can extend 100% financing with credit approval. Visit coolcarehvac.com to schedule an appointment. The Gamecocks on a 4th down and 1 were called with getting a stop on Amari Daniels straight up the middle. And they're taking a look at it on replay. Handoff, Marcel Dial. Look at that Debo. It was Debo straight up the middle. Cut the legs out of Daniels. And based on that impact, I don't think he got it.
I don't see how he could have gained enough strength to go in.
No way.
But you know, if they can turn over a call against Georgia. This is a short call right here. So here we go.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
Good call.
First down, South Carolina.
Yeah,
I tell you, I'm not sure.
Please reset the game clock to 7:45. 7:45.
If they can take their time and overturn a call that's not reviewable when Texas Georgia played, they can do anything.
I tell you, 2 stops of Texas A&M on 4th down. That's as big a defensive statement in the last 10 years.
And I'm telling you,
10,
Todd,
15 years.
Not 4th and 6 inches. I mean,
here's Sellers back to work now after the turnover. He wants to try to throw it. He's under pressure because they're blitzing. Norris gets away again and is going to get rid of the football and throws it out of bounds. Norris saves a deep sack. They literally can't take him to the ground. They had him again. A blitz off the high side. He doesn't see him. And Norris got away somehow and got rid of the football. Are you kidding me?
And collects his thoughts, gets the ball from his left hand to his right hand, which is a little dangerous, but still is able to collect his thoughts, his wisdom about him, and throw the ball out of bounds.
Now he's got 4 wide receivers, another blitz. They'll hand off and run the football at Sanders. Right side again. He's going to fall at the 25. He had a seam, and just one man got him by the ankle. A good tackle. Still a 6-yard gain on the play. And it'll be a reasonable 3rd down and 4.
Todd, what I was saying earlier, the 4th downs were not 4th and like 15. They were 4th and less than a yard.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes a yard, whatever, and we still held them, so even more impressive.
Josh Simon's been quiet this half. Let's see if he can get loose. He's lined up on the left side. Here's another blitz from the safety. Sellers got time, wants to go fade route, overthrows a man in the end zone. Boy, hit in the end zone late, but no call on the play. Face to face, and they got an injured Gamecock down. That's Jared Brown, the 2nd receiver tonight to take a beating, but he does pop up. And it's 4th down. And let's see where we are at the 25-yard line.
I'd kick the field goal, but
here comes Herrera.
Yeah. Watch for the fake.
We can watch. It's a 43-yard attempt. He's already hit a 44-yarder tonight.
Another missed opportunity there from a touchdown, though. We're just not able to take advantage of the 4th down stop. Let's see if we can get 3 anyway.
Herrera off the right hash mark. Rogers to snap. Kai Kroger to hold. He looks back at Herrera. Snap it back. Put it down. Swing through. It's up. It's clean. Those Gamecocks in the south end zone say it's good, and another 3 points. It's a 10-point lead for the Gamecocks on an Alex Herrera field goal. Scores 33 points a game. Now they're at 20 right now. They're not far from it, but over the last 3 ball games, Carolina's held every team on offensively 12 points under their season average.
Yeah, you know, we got a lot of good players over there. We're coaching well. no changes on the staff. Those guys are kind of hunkered down, I guess, and from a staff standpoint and also from a player standpoint. I said last week on the broadcast, I say again, got a lot of South Carolina guys, native South Carolinians, been here for a while, been in the program. Just means a lot to them.
Boy, Herrera rips this one over the head of the return man towards the near sideline, bounces in that south end zone. Don't forget the Gamecocks going to Nashville a week from today. It'll be a 4:15 p.m. start against the Commodores, who won today against Auburn, Tommy, and they held the Tigers. I think it was a 17-7 game. We'll get Chris to confirm that again, but 17-7 Vanderbilt wins again to get bowl eligible in the year. So just when you want to take a deep breath, no, there'll be none of that.
Well, it'll be if Gamecocks can pull this one out, it'll be a big game, of course. And, so they're well coached, got some good players.
Marcel Reed in the pocket's going to throw underneath in that zone defense of Carolina. And Ja'Day Walker, 6'4", 205 senior, makes his second catch in the second half tonight. This one good for 6 yards. You got to hope here now, Tommy, you don't give up something crazy and deep. You got to be back. Don't let their big size in the secondary get behind you. Reed now 2nd down and 4. Clock at 6:24 to go in the third quarter. Long snap count. Out of the gun, takes it, hands off. Right side. And Daniels gets hit hard. Spins towards the A&M bench to gain 3. Alex Boogie Huntley makes a stop, but here comes 3rd down and short again.
A&M again last week against LSU played exceptional in the second half, came back and won that game. Reed scored 3 times himself from the quarterback position. So short again, as Todd called it, 3rd and about 1.
Probably time for him to keep one here, Tommy.
Yeah,
he's not done so. 3rd down and 1 at their own 34-yard line. They run it left side.
He lost yards.
He lost yardage on the play. It's 4th down coming. Debo Williams has been in the backfield more than the tailbacks for A&M. My goodness. They're bringing the daggone punt team out.
Well, they need to. They've 0 for 2 on 4th downs. I mean, even I can figure that daggone stuff out. I mean,
What an effort on short yardage distance tonight for the Gamecocks. Wow.
All right, God,
wasn't even close, by the way. Wasn't even close.
No, he didn't get out of the backfield.
And the punt is to Kilgore.
Short punt.
Kilgore takes it at the 31-yard line.
Another good defensive stand, Todd.
Great job. That's a 35-yard punt. Good field position for the Gamecocks with that 10-point lead, 30-20, over number 10, Texas A&M. So a lot of Sanders tonight, although that many carries, Tommy, not a career high by any means. 13 for Rocket and 13 for Lenoris.
Yeah, but Rocket had the 52-yarder, which obviously added to it, but Lenoris has just been pretty sound. And
Rocket averaging 9.9 yards a carry. So it'll be Oscar Attaway in the lineup now. He's to the right of Lenoris Sellers. Another blitz off the edge and pitch to Oscar. Oscar cuts it back. And a great effort from one of those blitzers to come back and make a stop on it.
Good defensive play that time.
What speed they got there on the edge. Nice job by A&M.
Their linebacker did a good job of getting out there too that time, number 27 for them.
2nd down and 8 or 9, make it 9. Lenoris got 2 wide receivers in each direction. Simon comes in motion. Attaway goes up the middle, but not much. No gain at all, I don't think. And now, some conservative play calling here on 1st and 2nd down.
Yeah. Agree with that. We kind of moved away from what kind of got us to this point so far, and trying to sneak one in there occasionally, but didn't work.
3rd down and 8. 4:04 to go in the third. 30-20, Carolina up on A&M. The Aggies been looking like they've been wanting to blitz the last couple. Well, they have. The last couple series on 3rd and long. They bring 4 this time. Lenoris down the middle of the field, incomplete. And a flag on the play, holding again. He knows it because he immediately throws his hands up when there's 11 guys on the defense.
Yeah, Brown was
holding. Defense number 26. 10-yard penalty. automatic first down.
And Brown was telling him that too, and that's what worries me. Sometimes, you know, these players have got to watch that, Todd. They'll call up taunting or whatever they call them, and you know, it just, you got to be careful with that. You get a call going and say, yeah, you did it, but just say it under your breath.
Jared Brown was the intended receiver, and that moves the sticks on a penalty on a 3rd down and 9. Good break for Carolina. Oscar Attaway stays in at tailback. It's pistol formation. Sellers bring a man across his face, but it will be Attaway. Oscar, right side, pumping into the back of his own man. Good block, by the way, by Nick Harbor. And a 4-yard gain on the play. We're trying to get Harbor loose tonight, Tommy. The first play of the game was a deep go route to him. Not a bad ball, just didn't connect. Throwing him a crossing route, didn't connect. Might be trying to see if we can target him again. 2nd down and 6. Clock still running. Nice clock play and drive here. 3:16 to go in the 3rd. Nobody in the backfield. Attaway split out. It'll be Lenoris going right side. Gets a block at the 50. Steps out of bounds about 2 yards short of the first down needed at the 48 of A&M. It is a 4-yard gain on the play. Good block by somebody coming back. Oh, that's again Kaysen Henry. Good seal block on the edge. And Kaysen having a good afternoon. The Marietta, Georgia, 6'6", 310-pound redshirt sophomore. Here comes Rocket. Let's see if Raheem can get the first down for Carolina. Right at the 50-yard line. Sellers straight at the middle. Rocket drops the shoulder. Boy, that's going to be close.
I don't know if he got it. Yeah,
that's going to be real close.
Really close. Yeah.
I think that's about a half a yard short based on the spot. Well, a full yard, or not quite a full yard. Carolina getting up to the line of scrimmage quickly. 4th down and a half a yard to go. Sanders to the right. Lenoris calls for the football. A&M moves, but not enough as of yet. It's a 4 wide receiver set. They look back over to the sideline. 2:03, 2:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. 30-20 Carolina. Lenoris now resets, gets up to the line of scrimmage. A&M still moving, and they snap the ball. I think they caught him offsides. They do not. Play clock going down, and now they'll back it up. Flag on the play, but it's going to be delay of game.
Delay of game, offense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
I'm not sure that defensive front for A&M did not touch, much less get in the neutral zone, and Shane Beamer is livid. Boy, Lenoris moved so fast he even had me convinced we were going for it there. So we'll punt it away with Kai Kroger coming onto the field. And
you know, excuse me, Todd, I'm glad we didn't go for it, quite honestly, and maybe not make it. But we got them backed up a little bit now. Let them earn it if they're going to do something. Let them earn it. Just don't give them anything.
Barber set back to receive the punt. Kroger standing right at his own 33-yard line. A&M's moving around, but they got two back. They do not come. Kai angles it away from Barber. He's coming over for a fair catch. He's got it at his 14-yard line. And Kai spun one to the left side for 39 yards. Not exactly a pin back for Kai Kroger's standards. But again, we flipped the field, Tommy, and we got it down to 137 in the third quarter.
And we also we flipped the field, but also their position is what, on the 13-yard line, which is they gotta move it down the field a little bit to get some points.
I think that's what everybody's feeling right now on this staff for Carolina. Marcel Reed, a freshman quarterback, is capable of a big play on you. I'm not sure he can take it 10 plays and beat you. I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying that might be the thinking right now with this defense. Daniels in the backfield. Reed fakes it to him, rolls right side, throws towards the TAMU bench, and he's got it. And there's a flag on the play as there's a catch at the 26-yard line, but hold on. Penalty. It might be face mask on Carolina. Cyrus Allen, the receiver.
Good throw that time by Reed. Very good throw.
Dylan Stewart was pressuring.
Personal foul, face mask, number 20 defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic first down.
Yeah, Judge Collier It looked like just one of those ones where he swatted at the ball and caught the face mask. Boy, that's a big advantage. We had him back, what, at the 14? Now after short completion and the penalty, they're at their own 41-yard line. Reed's going all the way at quarterback. He empties the backfield now. He's 13 of 19 for 142 and a touchdown. In the pocket, here comes Carolina. He steps up and around Kennard and Dylan Stewart. Goes down the field, makes a throw, and caught at the Gamecock 43-yard line. It's Barber before Bam Scott gets him on the ground. And Tommy, that's just the slip under the pressure on the outside, and he slides away just enough to make the throw. Good patience.
Yeah, and his receivers are.
Reed's going to hand it off this time. Daniels tries to cut back up the middle, but it's met by Gamecock. And that's Judge Collier who got him to the ground. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 upcoming. 43 seconds to go in the third quarter.
And Todd, what I was going to say is he's communicating well with his receivers too. They're helping him. When they see him rushing back there, they're coming to him, they're continuing their routes and not stopping. All those things are helping him a lot.
Tonka Hemingway and Boogie Huntley in. Part of the interior line. Here's Kyle Kennard coming. Reed wants to throw it out in the flats. Got his man turning the corner on the Gamecock bench. And only a hustling play by Demetrius Knight on Amari Daniels gets him out of bounds. There was a lot of turf open. It's an 8-yard gain and a first down. No, check that. Not enough. It's 3rd down and 2.
Well, they're doing a good job with their play call, play design. They're giving him time to throw the ball. Our rush tonight, which is what we was concerned about, somewhat negated by our defensive ends. Although he knows they're there, but they're not getting to him and rushing him out of there. We're going to let it in right here.
Yeah, when we come back, it'll be the Aggies on a 3rd and 2 at the Gamecock 35-yard line. They made a bunch of substitutions. Let's see what happens after the break. The Gamecocks lead at 30-20. We're coming to the fourth quarter over number 2.
Goes on the road to Auburn and defeats the Tigers 17-7. They are bowl eligible. Gamecocks head to Nashville next week. With the call of the fourth quarter, here's the voice of the Gamecocks, Todd Ellis.
Thank you, Chris, along with David Spence, our spotter, Douglas Kershaw Adams, our statistician, Dan Stewart, our engineer, Liz McMillan, our associate producer, Tommy Suggs, our analyst, Chet Tucker. I'm Todd Ellis. Here's the fourth quarter. Marcel Reed, 3rd down and 1, taking it himself, left side. He slides sideways, and at the 30, falls inside to the 29-yard line and picks up a first down on a 7-yard gain. Surprised we haven't seen that earlier. And as we start the fourth quarter, the Aggies move it for a first down inside the Gamecock 30. Reed done it mostly through the air tonight. 15 of 21 for 166 and a touchdown, although he does have 48 yards on the ground. He's working the shotgun again out of the left hash mark. Fake inside. He steps back and a throw into coverage. It's picked off the far sideline. Down at the 50, the 40. He's at the 20. There's a flag down on the play and all the way back. Hold up, touchdown Carolina, but a flag. Or he stepped out. He stepped out of bounds at the 10-yard line or 15-yard line. I'm sorry, folks, that's a Donald Fortune on the far sideline. And there's so many people on these sidelines. I see the official now. He says he stepped out of bounds at the 15. So another pick six call back.
Is an interception. And the intercepting player stepping out of bounds at the 16-yard line. First down, South Carolina.
Well, it's better not having an interception. but at the same time, I've never seen a team. That's 3. Yeah, right. I'm hoarse. That's 3 interceptions for touchdowns called back this year. I hope they look at it again. They probably won't, but you know, I don't know.
He sure was definitive. The official was very definitive, stepping over there very quickly.
Well, we can, let's look on the positive side. It's 14 minutes to go in the game. Let's take it and take 8 minutes off the clock and get 7 points.
Yes. He definitely got the foot in for the catch on the interception, and I'm not sure his left foot didn't go right down on the edge right there and out of bounds on the white mark. That is about as close as it gets. Holy mackerel.
It's about as loud as Leggett 2 years ago when he ran that back. It reminded me of him when he was running down the sideline over there.
Reminded me of his 100-yard kickoff return against Notre Dame, or pick return. So the Gamecocks have got it, but at their own 15-yard line. Rocket Sanders in the ball game. Carolina with a 10-point lead. And Lenore Sellers going to crank up and go down the field. This time, Harbor's got a step, and he jumps too soon and can't come up with it around the 30-yard line. Lenoris and Harbor go for it again, and the speedster had the distance between them, but could not connect, and it's 2nd down and 10. Nick did the right thing to try to go up and get it at its highest point, but it was not in the right area. And Blakelock's running down to 13. Carolina still getting players on the field. Nick Harbor goes over to the right side now. 2nd down and 10. Lenoris has got him set. Now Simon comes in motion over to the right side. Blitz by A&M. Lenoris crossing route, tipped up, caught. 20, 25, 30. And that's Josh Simon down the near sideline at the 50. He's dragging A&M players, and they finally get him out of bounds on the Gamecock bench. Josh Simon with a one-handed tip up in the air to himself. Comes down with it and goes 40 yards. Oh, the big guy is such an athlete. And then they can't get him out of bounds. He refused. Wow. Ball on the left hash mark now. 1st down for the Gamecocks. They're at the 45. They'll run it into the boundary, and the Aggies are there waiting for it that time as Rocket Sanders gets pulled down, maybe -1 on the play. And that's Cassius Howell, the defensive lineman from Kansas City, Missouri. Transfer from Bowling Green, making the stop. It is a yard loss on the play. See Jared Brown into the game over to the right side. If you missed it, Mazio Bennett on our Prisma Health injury report is out. Toward the end of the first half was injured. Larvadan goes over in motion. He's in the slot to the right side. 2nd down and 11. Lenoris wants to throw quick underneath. Throw the balls in the air. Oh, thank goodness it bounces harmlessly around the 31-yard line. And that was Nick Harbor. It goes through his hands as they gunned it. And Nick couldn't hold on to it, and it was not picked off the tip. And that means 3rd and 11 now for Carolina with 12:58 to go in the ball game. Gamecocks up 30-20. Not another run from Sanders, but they'll throw it. Lenoris was going to try a wide receiver screen, but Larvadan was covered up, so Lenoris threw it away.
And that's okay. That's okay right there because
the ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. 4th down.
Anderson, the defensive back, was breaking on it, read it perfectly, and I think he'd have thrown it. I think it'd have been an interception, maybe a return for a touchdown for A&M. So good call, throw it in the dirt.
We can't take advantage of the great Josh Simon catch and run. But here's Kai Kroger again trying to back up the Aggies. Carolina's got a turnover on the night, and the Aggies have got a turnover. There's a flag on the play. Kai sends one end over end. Oh, and Bam Martin can't come up with it. It was at the 2-yard line if he'd have caught it and stepped out of bounds. Well, let's wait on the penalty. And that's against the Gamecocks. False start. So I suspect they will not give Kai Kroger another shot at this.
Illegal formation, kicking team, more than 4 players in the backfield. That penalty will be enforced from the 20-yard line. 1st down.
When we come back, the Aggies down 10 and just giving up a turnover will have the football. 12:44 remaining in the ball game here at Williams-Brice Stadium. The Gamecocks on top, 30-20. This is Carolina football.
Defense able to get a nice completion out to Simon, flip the field, push back the Aggies. One bonus Prisma Health update. Coach Shane Beamer had to receive some treatment on his hand after the Rocket Sanders run. A little collision with a helmet, patting somebody on the head, busted his arm open, had to receive some treatment, but he is good to go the remainder of the game.
Well, he's one guy we can afford to have a bad right hand right now. 1st and 10. And Reed wants to throw it, fade route, far sideline, and Carolina was coming in a hurry. In fact, Kyle Kennard got a piece of him. It's incomplete on the Aggies bench. And Tommy, I'm with you. Reed knows it. Even when we're not there, we're about to be there.
Yeah, and I think that's something that just unnerves you a little bit when you're down by 10 in the fourth quarter.
Second down and 10. They clear the backfield. He's going to run it himself. Quarterback draw up the middle, bouncing. Gamecocks there, though.
Good recovery.
Bunch of black jerseys swarm around, and that's how you got to tackle an athlete like that. It is a 4-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 6.
Kennard had a good block on him from the outside in position, but when he saw him, he peeled off that block and made a good tackle for about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Good call.
3rd and 6 at their own 29-yard line, down by 10. Reed, the freshman quarterback, splits everybody out, 3 into the boundary, including a tight end. Now brings a man in motion. Back in the pocket, Carolina coming. Reed pumps it out and throws it just as he's going to the ground. An incomplete pass. Oh, I can't even count the number of Gamecocks in there, including TJ Sanders, who had him by the ankles, and Debo Williams blitzing up the middle, but another 4th down play. And here comes the punting unit for the Aggies. Oh, that was Debo and Sanders there. What a job.
Yeah, just came right up through the middle that time. Just would not be denied. Just outstanding effort.
Tyler White to punt. And Juju set back to receive around the 29-yard line. Tyler White, another good night putting, averages 46.3. Spins one, big one, backing up. Juju says he's got it. He does. Fair catch at the 21-yard line.
That's good defensive stand, guys. Another one. Another one. It's amazing.
That's going into the play calling and the coaching right now. Everybody knows this defense, at least giving a long field to A&M, has got a real advantage here.
Exactly. And A&M came in on 3rd down conversions at 45%. Tonight they're 4 of 13.
That's a 50-yard punt. Carolina takes over on offense. We've had a couple scattered plays. The Gamecocks are the only team to score in the second half. 5 plays, 83 yards for Rocket. Sanders goes 52 on a TD run. And then we get a second 4th down stop. 4 plays later, we kick a 43-yard field goal. Lenore Sellers going to run it left sides, and that is Sanders adding on to his team-leading rushing, but I don't think he did there, and he gained yardage.
Yeah, a little ginger that time. Didn't really come into the hole with a burst of speed, but again, he's been using a lot of good patience out there tonight, too, to wait and let the holes develop. So not being critical, just being observant.
2nd down and 10. Carolina taking plenty of time to get on and off the field with 11:18 to go. And what in the world? We got somebody hurt. Oh, we do. We have an offensive lineman down on the ground around the 21-yard line. And the Aggies are talking smack to the rest of the offensive line. I don't know what that's all about.
Looks like it's Simpkins.
It's
on the right.
Is there Quandre White versus Florida in 21. So against a team that leads the conference in rushing defense, we've got 2 guys that are dinging them tonight.
Yeah, we really do. And these guys, and Attaway's been pretty good too. He's carried it 7 times for 38 yards. But, you know, the passing game has struggled a little bit, only 126 yards. Sellers is 9 of 21, 1 touchdown, though a beautiful throw to Simon. So, you know, we just got to balance it up here and hopefully get some yards and get some time off the clock and move down and get some points on the board and just really put the pressure back on A&M. We can't give up anything. We can't make a mistake. We can't have a turnover, anything like that. We just got to play good, solid football. We did that in 22 when we won here. We came back with about a 80-yard drive, taking 5:21 off the clock to win that game. We can do it here tonight.
Trevon Ball comes in for Simpkins at the right guard spot. It is Lenore Sellers in the backfield with Sanders. Snap it back. 4-man rush. One comes free. Sellers avoids him. Rolls right. Trying to find somebody. He's got his back. And now cutting back at the 20, 22, and up to the 25-yard line. Are you kidding me? Took 5 or 6 shots. And Rocket Sanders looking like a 19-year-old kid out of high school trying to make the varsity squad gains 5 yards on an absolute effort play. What a job.
Speaking of an effort, too, Sellers again just avoiding being sacked. So instead of a 3rd down and probably 12 or 14, we got 3rd and 5.
Larvadan and Jared Brown over to the left side. What a run. 10:24 to go in the ball game. Sanders to the left. Larvadan goes in motion. Now back to the left again. Snap it back. Sellers looking that left side. Now going to try to run out. Dumped it out to Sanders at the 30, 35, 40. Foot race. Go Rocket. Stiff arm. They bring him down at the 37-yard line. He was trying to cut back, and they got just enough of him. And Rocket finally says, I'm really tired. How about getting me out? 36-yard gain.
You know, I thought Josiah Thompson jumped just a little bit too quick on that left tackle side.
He was just very quick, Tommy. Very quick off the ball.
Thank you very much. I know as a true freshman All-American he is, but anyway, still, I was worried about it. But first thing I did is look for flags. No flag, good play, great play by Sellers again.
1st and 10, and the Aggies come with that blitz off the edge, and we try to run it up the middle without Oscar Ottaway, and Oscar -1 on the run. Tommy, if they're going to still bring those run blitzes like this, we've got to hit one of these plays down the field. Got to do it.
Yeah, I wish, again, I still, you and I have been talking about this all year. I wish we dragged those tight ends across the middle. We had the long pass.
I don't know if we had time there with the blitzes, but surely somebody can get loose.
Well, you go where they came from, is my thought there. But
2nd down and 12 for Lenoris after the run. 4-man rush this time. In the pocket, backing up, dumps it off, and can't get it to Oscar. And a little screen play. It looked like they were trying to set up over the right side. Can't be connected. Howe was the man pressuring on Lenoris Sellers, and it's 3rd down and 12.
8:57 to go in the ball game. We have time left for both teams.
Gamecocks with 3 timeouts to the 2 that A&M have. I promise you a safety's coming off this wide side of the field right now. Let's see if we can get one of these receivers. And Harbor's in the slot. Sellers calls Jared Brown in motion. 3 seconds left on the play clock. Snapped it back. Lenoris, quick out route. Larvadan incomplete. Threw it too fast, gunned it.
Wouldn't have gained
over the edge, and he wouldn't have got much anyhow.
Now had he caught it, picked up about 3 yards, still been 10 yards short.
Kai Kroger going to come on and try to set him back again. And
our passing game has not been good tonight. 11 of 25, 167 yards.
Kai Kroger on a 4th down and 12. Barber set back to receive. Kai spinning it end over end. It's a good one. And it's fumbled. And it's picked up immediately by Barber at the 11-yard line. That's how you want it, Kai. Tough to catch. And getting your guys down there to recover. Just a 30-yard punt, but what Carolina wanted. Giving them 89 yards again to go with a 10-point lead. They got to score twice with 8:44 remaining in the ball game. Tommy, I just don't feel like it's too much to ask our defense to do this again, especially in a long field. We've been good at it all night long. Reed has not been terrible by any means for A&M. 15 of 24 for the 166 yards and 1 touchdown through the air. The second leading rusher with 59 yards. Dylan Stewart's in there now, and Reed's in the pocket. Tracking Reed, crossing route. Got his man, knocked out of at the 19-yard line. Noah Thomas finally gets a catch on the night. The leading receiver had to come all the way across the field, but he did get a 10-yard gain and moves the chains with 8:30 to go in the ball game. Boy, Stewart saying he was held about 3 different ways on the play. Empty the backfield now for Reed. 1st and 10. Stepping up into the pocket is Reed. Bouncing out to the right side. Carolina trying to track him down. And the elusive quarterback runs like a tailback. Gets all the way up to the 32-yard line. 11-yard gain on the play. And Carolina now is bringing in some substitutions in that defensive line. They're tired of tracing Reed. Reed pumps one out to the outside. He's got Noah Thomas on a quick out route. Gamecocks get over there to help out O'Donnell Fortune, who's had a pick on the night. And that time, Noah Thomas comes up limping, by the way, after a 14-yard gain. They're top receiver from Pearland, Texas. He had a 100-yard game against Arkansas. Marcel Reed pump fake. He went to Thomas.
He was wide open.
He was wide open, and Thomas wasn't running hard, I think, because of that injury, Tommy.
Yeah, you're right. Good point.
He came out of the break, and he was not running hard, but Reed put it right on the money on a little quick corner route.
I tell you, their pass patterns, Todd, have been perfect for our defense. They have really scouted us well and know what we're doing, and they have just got people wide open all night long.
Second down and 10. Carolina up 30-20. 7:32 to go in the ball game. They've got it. Does A&M at their own 46-yard line. Backfield is emptied on a motion play. And Reed, the crossing route's got another man. That's Barber. Cross the field and into Gamecock territory, and he stays down for a couple minutes. Now Eman Mori helps him up. It's a 16-yard gain, and the Aggies are moving. Their best drive of the second half. Clock running at 7:11. And Reed's in the pocket, and so is Carolina. Down goes Reed. Dylan Stewart finally gets around from the edge and takes down the diminutive Reed. That's another All-American Heating and Air sack for soldiers, and another $200 donation to support our veterans. -5 on the play.
The thing that helped there was pretty good coverage in the secondary, so he had time to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody, and he was getting ready to step up. That gave Stewart enough time to get there.
That's Stewart's 5th sack of the year. He lines up again, 4-man front for Carolina. Second down and 15. They'll run the ball this time. Bouncing out is Smith, and inside in the backfield is a tackle.
Knight at linebacker. Good play by Knight.
Demetrius Knight, the Locust Grove, Georgia native, who went to Charlotte and on to Carolina, makes a stop, and that holds it to a 3rd and 14. Third down and 14 with 6:12 to go. This is it, baby. Ball on the 42-yard line of the Gamecocks. Down 10 of the Aggies. Press coverage on the outside. Reed looking over to that left side. Now takes the snap out of the gun. Smith comes out. The Gamecocks are there. Another sack. Another sack. That's DJ Sanders. He joins the party tonight. That's his 3rd on the year. -7 on the play. And Texas A&M in their 10th ranked program runs over to their sideline. That's another All-American Heating and Air sack for soldiers, and another $200 donation to support our veterans. Back to back.
Todd, what happens there is after a while, your strength of your defense comes to play, and it just wore them down, and we had 2 great sacks right there by Stewart and by Thomas.
Kilgore to take the punt from White. Kilgore comes over, fair catch. Nice job.
Good job. Good job.
At the 15-yard line, got there in plenty of time. In a 34-yard punt, no damage again. Sacks this time, Tommy. Been stopping them on 3rd and 4th down. This time they did it the old-fashioned.
Gamecocks have 3, so you know that's going to be part of the chess game we're going to play here. But let's see. Here we go.
It is Sanders and Sellers, both backs over 100 yards. Sellers wants to dump one out. He's got a man wide open at the 20, 25, 30. That's Josh Simon, who's knocked out of bounds.
Nice play.
Really good looking call on 1st down. We've been running it there, and Josh slips out for a 20-yard gain.
Yeah, that's a little A&M work right there. Back to you.
Torricelli Simpkins, by the way, is back in at right guard along with Cason Henry at right tackle. Barber slides out to the right side. He'll be lined up, split out that way right on the hash mark. 2 tight end set with Michael Smith and Josh Simon.
They're letting the clock go down. It's 12 seconds, 10, 9. Very smart.
A&M with just 2 timeouts remaining. Sellers working out of the gun. Handoff up the middle. One breaks open. And so do the Gamecocks. Across the 40 is Sanders. Sanders all the way up to the 45-yard line, or almost to the 45.
He's a beast tonight.
Timeout, Texas A&M. Their 2nd of the half, 30-second timeout.
Sanders now up to what, Todd? I got him at 116 rushes, 120.
I think that's 17.
17, I'm sorry, 138 yards rushing.
1 touchdown. And a lot of productive runs cut left and right. And he's done it a lot of different ways.
Yeah, he has.
A lot of outright speed on the big runs. Some patience in the backfield. Great cuts. And Tommy, he's been great at receiving the ball tonight too. He's leading receiver. 5 for 92 yards.
Well, he came into the game. He's already caught 9. So, yeah, I think we need to keep him. He's a pretty good player.
You might want to consider him for your Terminex Best Player of the Game.
I might.
It's hard to get on your list. I realize that.
You know, the thing about him is he's 6 feet 230. He's not 6 feet 205.
Right.
But sometimes when he gets through as we all know, he did against LSU and here tonight, he burst through the line. You don't catch him. The other thing, he's got a little shiftiness about him too. It's a little unusual to see that in a guy 230.
Second down and short for Lenora Sellers. They'll hand off left side. Some patience going again. They need to push up right at the 45. The ball is ahead of it now. Now they're saying first down. Carolina's got it, and there's some chippiness going out on the field. Michael Smith, man, we don't need that now. I know that. Kamar Bell, who's talking to the official, the fiery guy in transfer.
I want to say, I've said this before, 275 yards tonight rushing for the Gamecocks. Coming into this game, A&M only allowed opponents 104.5. That's just...
And now we got 2 backs over 100 yards alone on them. Nobody's done that. First and 10 for Lenora Sellers with 3:42 in the ball game left. This time they're ready for Sanders' right side. Not much going there at all. Maybe a loss of a yard or two, and A&M takes their final timeout.
Texas A&M.
With 3:36 remaining. Ball on the Carolina 43-yard line. Yeah, the student section is apparently deciding that they'd rather be really close together towards the field. I don't know what that means. I am not encouraging anything.
Yeah, I just hope they don't storm the field and jump anyway. But who cares? Let them have fun.
Who cares?
That's what I'm saying.
You know, we did get there's a new rule out. I saw that today too. So they haven't upped the number, and we get to go back to, we've had one recently. Yeah, but the new rule, I think it goes back. We get $100,000 on this one if we have one tonight. Then it jumps up big time.
Okay, I tell you
you can't have two in the same year.
Deal. You cut the first check, I'll cut the second check.
Yeah, I'll take the W, but how about you students stay over there?
That's right. Just don't throw stuff like you did us.
Tommy will buy drinks tonight, but not the 100 or $200,000. All right, Sellers now going to try to run this thing out on second down and 12, 3:36 to go. And he wants to throw it again. He's got Josh Simon who's going to try to break a tackle. He does. At the 40, run Josh. At the 20, jumps over a man at the 10. 5, touchdown Carolina. Touchdown.
What a move.
Josh Simon. Oh, what a play. Lenoris runs it again, and Simon sheds him. Left and right. Sealed the deal against number 10 Texas A&M with a 57-yard catch and run by Josh Simon. His second on the night. The extra point will make it 37-20 with 3:24 to go.
You've seen some pretty good athletes on the field tonight for the Gamecocks, and that's one of them right there, Josh Simon.
What a play in breaking the tackle and keep going.
He has had 4 receptions now for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns as a tight end.
Alex Herrera kicks it up and good. Are you kidding me? Boom! The Gamecocks with a great play to close this one out and put it at a distance, 37-20, and they go over 500 yards of total offense on the play.
Todd, one thing that made that play work so well was I thought Sanders made an excellent fake after Sellers put the ball in his stomach, because he'd been running the ball tonight for 137 yards himself, Sanders that is. You had to play him. He froze everybody a little bit, and Simon just sneaked through there, and he caught it and just chipped tackles and kept on going. So, you know.
That's all he does. I mean, he breaks so many tackles.
Yeah.
And a great job from getting that first one, and that's really all we wanted, Tommy, was to convert the play. And the next thing you know, Simon gone. His second touchdown on the night.
Like Don Meredith used to say, turn out the light, the party's over.
And what night games will do to you at the Brice. 2 trips in a row, Texas A&M comes to town. It is going to be denied as they flash the SEC rule about running on the field.
They really, no one's going to read that. They really just say, don't run on the field. If you do, it's $250,000 fine or whatever it is.
Here's Herrera to kick off with 3:24 remaining. That 17-point lead. A fair catch by the Aggies. I can't believe that play by Simon. Really can't. I mean, he's unbelievable in breaking tackles. And I thought, as close as it was, and the defender was right on him, Tommy, I was like, this may be gone. This guy may be gone. He is so dadgum good. So Aggies with no timeouts remaining. Carolina with 3. They obviously will not use those. And the cushion they needed, not 10, but 17. Carolina trying to go to 5-4 on the season. Break a streak of 8 games against ranked teams, losses. And Reed in the pocket, being chased, now rolling back up the middle, now drops the ball down. That was overhand. It could have been a fumble. We shall see.
I think he's giving it to Carolina.
It is a turnover. It is a strip sack from Tonka Hemingway.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down, South Carolina.
Tonka Hemingway with a strip sack in the middle of the field. And that's another All-American heating and air sack for Soldiers. And another $200 donation to support our veterans.
I thought he was trying to get rid of it, but just, and they caught his arm, but I think you're right. I don't think they're going to look at that one again. What difference does it make anyway? This game's about over. 3:15 to go in the game. They've used all their timeouts and turned it over to us again. And
Kyle Kennard's the one that jumped on it.
Yeah.
Tonka with the strip sack. Boy, late in the game. That's one thing, Tommy, that goes to that depth we have on our defensive line. We were just as good in the fourth.
They are going to look at it, yeah.
The ruling on the field is under further review.
I'm pretty good at this stuff. Been around a long time, I can kind of tell stuff like that.
The official review is brought to you by Cool Care Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Refrigeration. Have Cool Care provide a free estimate. They can extend 100% financing with credit approval. Visit coolcarehvac.com to schedule an appointment. But to those type plays, Tommy, in the past, we would have our defensive line totally wiped out, tired in the fourth quarter. And now they kind of look better because we're keeping them fresh with those rotations throughout the ball game.
Todd, great point, and we talked about that all year long, and we will continue to talk about that. But rotation's one thing. Quality rotation is a totally another thing. And we got depth. We got really, really good depth. And you bring in Jules, you bring in Sanders, you bring in Barrett, you bring in those guys that play behind Huntley and play behind Hemingway. Then you're on the defense.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
It does stand. Strip sack by Tonka Hemingway. Gamecock football.
Then you look at the defensive end. We talked a lot about that. So, yeah, no question about it. I mean, our guys are fresh. That's the whole plan, the whole idea. And it shows. I mean, that's Texas A&M. They just came in number 10 in the country, just got butts kicked.
No timeouts for A&M as Carolina's got the football at their 13-yard line. Sellers going all the way at quarterback. And he'll be in the shotgun with Sanders to his left. He wants to run it himself. He gets hit right in the middle of the line, and he breaks out inside the 10. They almost spit out completely out of the pocket.
He had a linebacker stand him up. He never quit, and then another one hit him, and he still went in. I thought he was going to score.
6-yard gain on the play.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, pushing him around right now.
Yeah.
Which is unusual, because I agree with Shane Beamer. This is one of the most talented defensive fronts in the league, behind ours probably. And Gamecocks now over 500 yards at 523 in total offense. Rocket Sanders, Michael Smith in the backfield right now for the moment. Sellers taking his time with 2:33 to go in the ball game. Carolina up 37-20. Handoff, Rocket again, trying left side. Get there, Rocket. Touchdown Carolina. Touchdown. Rocket Sanders from 7 yards out. He's done it all tonight. Give him the Terminex best player of the game. And the Gamecocks lead at 43-20 with the extra point upcoming with 2:22 left to go in the ball game.
Hey, Rocket Sanders from Arkansas. got injured last year, but he's a good young man too. Good young man, and so nice to have him part of the program.
That's his second rushing touchdown on the afternoon. He's also caught 5 passes for 92 yards. Good to have an older player too on that offense, Tommy, shining through. So many young players, and what an example he is.
You know, you got Oscar Attaway there too. Let's talk about rotations. He's been effective for the Gamecocks out of North Texas State, and he is giving Sanders some relief, some rest, and so the depth you need on a football team is very, very important. Carolina's had it on defense, working on a little bit on offense. We've got some work to do there, but it shows. All these recruits are still here too. Some of them left.
It is 44-20 over number 10 Texas A&M. I know because we've taken it. That's a long flight back to Texas tonight, and God bless them. They're a quality football team, but I don't know about this thought to start Marcel Reed, who's not played poorly. I just did not think they had enough with him experience-wise to beat us in a game where we at least scored 20, 30 points.
Well, you know, you're probably right on. Evidently, you are right on that because we're winning 44-20. I think the other thing that is so important here is that, and I heard the guys, all the talking heads on TV today, talk about how tough it is to play at this place in a night game. It's reputationally, guys. Everybody knows it. And our fans showed up tonight. Not only showed up, but got crazy. But the other thing is we came out of the blocks and we got them into it, and we got confidence. And we had a little ups and downs here in the first half. I'm telling people at halftime, I don't know if I feel good or disappointed, but regardless, we hung in there, kept playing. The fans helped us, and it's a tough place to play. And it got tougher tonight because we got better players.
Herrera with a kickoff. It's another touchback, at least for the moment, Tommy, with 2:22 to go. While the victory seems to be within our reach, we've outscored A&M 24-0 in the second half. That's a good sign too. You know, we finally could close one out. We've struggled to close out ball games, and the second half tonight was certainly as good or better than the first.
And I think the other thing that's coming up now is big game tonight. A&M coming off of LSU, big game, and they're hot to talk in the SEC. Now we go to Vanderbilt next week, and that's
might be the hottest game out there.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be the game of the week in the SEC. You know, it's funny. I love college football.
Brian Thomas with the stop on E.J. Smith. Smith with a gain up the middle. Second down and 4 o'clock running at 2:03 left in the ball game. Don't forget, we'll have our post-game show. Chet and Chris Miller will host. We'll have our exclusive interview. I will with Shane Beamer. Your telephone calls as we talk about this one and look ahead to the Vanderbilt Commodores. And the most A&M's given up all year long. And, of course, they came in averaging 33 points per game. They've been shut out here in the second half.
You know, the other thing that's interesting, we're now up to 244 yards passing. And what's happening there, Todd, is we get it to athletes, and then they run with the ball after they catch it.
Always a good plan.
Yeah. Instead of throwing it downfield 80 yards and trying to. But
here's Reed back to work, and he'll go to the ground game here with 1:56 to go. And he'll cross the 36-yard line before Jalen Kilgore makes the stop. Yeah, a lot of strange numbers here tonight, all done. My favorite thing is we were down in this ball game in the second quarter, tied it up, 20-all to go to half, and then come out with this effort in the second half. It's 44-20 Carolina. Reed, handoff again. Smith up the middle, stood up this time.
Todd, excuse me.
Go ahead.
Well, how big was it? How big was the field goal by Herrera ending the first half?
No question.
He gave you a little boost going into halftime. A little disappointed we were tied up, but still we got tied up. We could have gone down it by 3. So a lot of good things happen.
Gamecocks blank the Aggies in the second half. And all phases of the game, including that Alex Herrera, a part of tonight's win. Second down and 9 with 1:08 to go. Reed taking his time. A&M ready for a flight home. Handoff left side Smith. Smith takes the football, covers up around the 39 and drops to the ground. Tommy Suggs will have his superlatives. Chris Miller will have the post game. I'll have the Shane Beamer interview. Don't forget, we've got Gamecock football with Coach Beamer. If I can save my voice to get to it tonight around 11:30 or midnight and shoot that, we'll have it for you tomorrow around the Southeast. 3rd down and 6 with 34 seconds remaining. Up the middle, and the Gamecocks stop it. They will not convert. Good stop by Jatias Gear, and that should run it out as Coach Mike Elko and the number 10 Texas A&M Aggies come across the field. And an attempt.
Oh, gosh, here they come.
And here come the students on the field as well. Just don't hit any Aggies or your players either. And 2 seconds, 1. That'll do it. The Gamecocks take down number 10 Texas A&M. 44-20. They get their 3rd SEC win on the year and break an 8-game streak of losing to ranked opponents. They do it where else? At night at Williams-Brice Stadium. They're now 5-4 on the season. And Tommy, that's more conference games than we won a year ago, and we still got 2 remaining.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get booed on this one, but I love these students out there building memories and all that stuff, and I'll chip in on the $100,000. But anyway, A&M's number 10 in the country. They're not number 1, so we got to get used to winning these games here. But you got to win them before you get used to winning.
That's right. You got to start that process.
You got to start somewhere. So anyway, let's enjoy.
Well, we weren't closing out games. That's the way I looked at it.
Exactly right. I mean,
I wrote that in the intro.
Yeah,
that's the Alabama game, the LSU game. We hadn't closed them out. We were obviously playing with them, capable of beating those teams. We just did not do so.
Yeah, and if you'd have beat those teams, you probably wouldn't have this right here. But I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying going forward.
I got your point.
Well, I want to make sure that person over there in the car on Bluff Road got my point.
No, if we're expecting it.
Yeah, we got to expect to win this stuff. If it's number 1 in the country and for the national championship, that's maybe a different story. But regardless, happy for it. Build memories, have fun, and your mom and daddy sitting in the stands here at homecoming, and they're going, "Son, come back." Be careful.
It is
anyway
an absolute packed crowd, almost filling up all the 100 yards and the 53 side to side at Williams-Brice Stadium of students and then some in the victory over Texas A&M. And it was a dominant one, 44-20, where the Gamecocks shut out the Aggies in the second half of the ball game. And they did so. They contributed, Tommy, everybody. Offensively, we just talked about it. You said, got it to our athletes, made some plays. Josh Simon, incredible night. Raheem Edwards, Sanders' best game, obviously, as a Gamecock in total contribution. And Lenora Sellers, our redshirt freshman quarterback, took shots, ran through people, ran for 100-plus yards himself. Actually, yes, ran for 106 yards himself in that touchdown. So a lot of people contributing to the process.
And one of the great things that Sellers did is just keep plays alive. He ran through the arms of people tackling him. He ran under people that should have tackled him. He ran around them. So athletically, he was a bigger Reed. That's what he is. 6'3", 225, 230, 240, whatever he is. But he showed a lot tonight. And I think the ones we have not mentioned, Todd, that deserve a lot of credit tonight is the offensive line.
Yes.
They have been maligned much of the year for a lot of reasons. And I thought they played exceptionally well tonight. We came into this game averaging, I guess, allowing about 4.5 sacks per game. We already given up 32 sacks this year. Gave up 41 last year. That's one of the tops in the country in a category you do not want to be tops in the country. And tonight we gave up 0 sacks. So got to give them credit. Got to give credit to the running backs too. And so, we had some different formations where we put the tight ends around a little bit, and they did some blocking too. So coaching staff had a couple weeks to prepare here. Did a good job with it. So congratulations to everybody. This is a program win. Big win for the university, for coaching staff, and everybody else.
This ought to be special, playing the alma mater as they usually do just for the team. but now almost the entire stadium in the lower bowl on the field. And everybody turns. And on a homecoming in 2024, on a gorgeous night at Williams-Brice Stadium, hail to thee.
I may need now Sandstorm.
Don't do that. We may tear up the grass. Still got to play a couple ball games.
Yeah.
For our entire crew, what a fun night. Great to be with you guys and gals. Thanks, everybody. Michael Collins.